It should be playing now. I had to unmute the mic.
Well, I didn't. I got on the audio only. Let me switch.
Okay, here we go. We're good.
Okay, they can.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is let me put these names in real quick.
You know me, Panther in there. Oh, we got some new people.
Oh yeah, Panther was good, my G. Yeah, I know audio's on, man. I just had to unmute it.
Panther, shut the hell up, man. If you gonna be a producer, I tell you what, Panther. If you always want to be giving suggestions and saying the audio, bring your ass up here. We already invited you to be part of the show and be a part of it. Like, you know, I know you're probably going through something, so I'll give you a pass. But
He said his parents don't really want him leaving the house and stuff during what's it called, the pandemic. Because you know, Panther's 12 years old. He do his parents tell him to do still. So no, I'm just fucking with you, Panther, man. But we want you up here, man.
With that. I was really letting him go with that. You know what I'm saying? I let my host go, dog. I ain't listen with this shit. I ain't putting no muzzle on my boy, and he ain't putting no muzzle on me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I gotta give you a hard time, my G, because we really want you up here, like, you know, working the systems with us and stuff while we're doing this. Man.
Yeah,
I know you can at the moment. I know you're at least helping from the crib.
Yeah, see, that's what's annoying. He's gonna give this stupid ass explanation.
Yeah,
I don't want to
gotta explain. We're just fucking with you, man. You gotta.
I ain't playing.
But we was just it's funny. We were just talking about like synthwave and stuff up here, like music. And how like you gotta expand your horizons, so you gotta diversify your bonds.
Diversify your bonds.
You remember the Wu-Tang Financial?
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Yo, there's a lot of people out there that don't remember that show, that didn't watch that show in the community.
Yo, but I mean, you can see it because there's a lot of racists in the community. I'm kidding. I think you know what? Did you watch the VOD from Wednesday?
Nah. No, yeah, I did. I watched my match.
Okay, of course.
Well, my match is.
You always gotta watch your matches. That's key. I ain't mad at that. But part of the VOD, pretty much during the whole broadcast, I was going hard on like racial shit.
Yeah.
And I was getting like a lot of people was like, "Hey man, you were going down." I was like, did I touch on it that tough?" But it was on my mind, man.
What's
I didn't
up,
really
Nana
go
from
on.
Ghana?
Huh?
That's your partner, Nana from Ghana, right?
Nana was good. That's my dog. You know Nana's my boy. Hey, yo, Nana ain't fucking around, dog. I fuck with Nana, dog. He always support me, and then he know about some of the shit that be going on, and then he just a cool dude. You know, sometimes you'll just meet a real nigga. You just meet a real person.
A real one.
Yeah, he's a real one. And then he's always in different streams. He's always in
always
chop
supporting streams.
Always supporting your streams. So
absolutely.
You can't beat that support. I can't wait. Nana, you gotta come and visit.
Hey, that's all you can ask for, man. At the end of the day, little stuff like shit. Following the street, like anybody who follows me, I follow them right back.
That's a tremendous thing.
That's some free shit. That's free support.
When you told me that, and you were talking about it one day, and I was like, "Nah, don't do that." You was like, "Nah, that's part of my brand, showing that they're showing me love, I'm showing them back." And I was like, "Damn, that's a pretty cool ideology to follow." Because that's all people want to do is be supportive.
Yeah, just show love, man, and you know, get the same. Even though
what's up, Will? Oh, you
follower
vibing out.
A follower might not, you know, be the same thing as a sub. You might not make money off follow, but at the end of the day, like that's an extra follower, an extra eyeball on your stream, and I'll pop it on everybody's stream from time to time when they're going live.
That's what I do too.
And you never know that one extra view might be what you need to meet the requirement to make affiliate or some shit.
I didn't even think about that. Every little bit counts.
Yeah, every dollar, everything, every penny counts if you look at it like, you know, something like that.
Yeah, so I always thought about it.
What up, Nino Brown, New Jack City?
That's
baby.
Another one of my dogs. What's up, Nino Brown? LA boys. Another one of them. He's from New York.
Okay.
He's another person I used to see him fighting GM stream. So this is my thing, Greg. This is what I would do. I actually taught Mike this. So I used to just
had to read.
Huh?
I'm just fucking.
What you say?
Had to read.
Oh nah.
What up, Mike?
Nah, Mike ATL? MIC?
He in the chat. Yeah, is that who you talking about?
Yeah. I ain't
I just
went to Georgia Tech. That dude is.
Oh, he went to Tech?
He went to Tech for a while. Mike is fucking smart, dude. But anyway.
Yeah, no, he do all them graphics and shit.
Huh?
You make it on them graphics?
Them graphics easy to make now, but they came with them shits is hard though.
Yeah.
They did their thing with them. I ain't gonna hate on them, but Mike is a brilliant dude. But I told Mike, so what I would do was when I was in the cause I like teching and I like certain aspects of the community. Like I like to watch good teching. So what I would do is I just go to different people's stream and see what they playing with kind of styles, and I just drop in, "What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
What's up, Nino Brown? What's up, Nana?" And then I'll just see how the vibe is going. And then every time that stream comes up, I'll see certain people. And usually, if this person is in this stream, like if they're in the Fighting GM stream, like he's pretty wild, what you need to watch.
Yeah.
They'll be in the pork chop
like
stream.
Groups
it's like groups. Yeah. It'll be like a certain
same click would be like.
It'll be a certain level of thinking that people
yeah.
will subscribe to, and they'll be in certain chats. But I try to just be in everybody's stream, and through that, I would meet Nana from Ghana, these people that in this virtual world. And then when I got on the mic, I just started shouting them out because I would see them all the time. We had similar interests, so and then people just start rocking with me, man.
That's how you got to do it, man.
That's how you got to do it.
Just communication, man, and
community.
That's how the community spreads, man. You could have a community online that can grow to something offline eventually. Eventually, a time's gonna come where like everybody's gonna have to be like in New York for something or in Atlanta for something, and everybody, oh shit, man, let me link up with Des. Let me send him a message real quick.
That's how it used to be.
Got to meet up. Yeah.
Or it'll be like, you know, what's really cool when you go to tournaments and you like. You find a boss? Oh, I'm so-and-so. Oh, you always in my chat. What's up, boy? And you just meet them and then they're a real dude.
Well, that's how it was a dream hack, dog. I met so many people. Yeah, I met so many people.
Oh, man, that's dope, man. That's a good feeling. That was you see, right there, Greg, I hate that. You were just getting a taste of it. Yeah. You were just getting a taste of the majors and meeting people and how exhilarating it was. Man, that shit
took it away from us, man.
Man, that shit is sad because
I was supposed to work final round with Ice Age in there, man.
Oh, man.
I was gonna do Tekken for MomoCon and DragonCon.
Don't listen. You got the salt is about to start.
Oh yeah, let me not even get started, dog. Listen, I'm mad at the inanimate object. I'm mad at the virus.
You mad at the virus. You mad at the virus, but at the same time, you're really like disappointed in the potential that was just kind of gone. But it's still there. We're doing it in a different form, so we're gonna get back there. But that's a big part of like why I fell in love with the communities. We would just go to majors. And we just fucking mash, dude, and we make friends. I mean, if you go to a major, there's always like this quiet, like everybody's trying to be good, and there's some good players, and they're kind of real silent. And then we would bust up in that motherfucker, man, and Ricky be taking people's money.
Trying to have a good time now.
And it could be sitting there quiet. He'd be dusting everybody up. I'm talking about this is early years.
Yeah.
This is like when he's like 16, 15, right? And Ricky's early 20s and shit. So we go in there, and then we would just have everybody's like attention and respect, and then they'd be like, yo, you guys want to go eat or come to the house afterwards? And we would hit the road. Sometimes we'd go back to their house. It was just great, man. I just miss that. I think that's part of the situation now. Like there's no we're fighting each other constantly. So if we could go out of state or go and compete against somebody else, we could galvanize. I would hope. Even though right before this, they were going to tournaments and stuff and still doing the same thing, trying to separate themselves. But I think now, if we had somebody else to kind of put our, because they're tired of getting beat up by Chop, right? So if they could go out and beat somebody else, like maybe beat a big margin or something like that, they feel better about their progress versus being so salty about everything and taking it out on people's ethnicity. But, you know, that is what it is, dog. Hey, what's good? How you feeling, boy?
Out here, man.
Kick your shit. Nah, listen, you be being too. How do you feel? I want you to talk about what's really bothering you. The traffic.
I'm pissed, Des. Is that what you want me to say? You want me to tell everybody I'm pissed?
Yeah, salty motherfucker.
First of all, I'm mad at you because you didn't read. I went off on somebody at the shop, and I had to vent to you. You didn't even check my.
I'm trash.
You didn't even check the damn messages, dog.
I'm trash.
I was like, damn, maybe Des is.
You know what I be doing? I put them shits in my phone on the jack, and then I just hit play and I just ride to them. And they all play back to back. It's hard. It's like a music track. It's like a diss track. And I'll be like, okay, he said this, he said, and I keep this one. Yeah. I want to respond to this. And yo, I love it. You put me on the audio messaging. Yo,
I told you, audio message is clutch.
This for all the D boys out there. This for all the and not the Dante boys like Greg. We talking about the real dope boys and the real trappers out here. Not trapping drugs. We talking about really moving around in the streets. You got some errands to do at Costco.
Is that Neato's dad?
Stop it.
Neato came here with his dad.
That is not.
He better not be trying to get in here.
Nah, he's
don't be looking in here.
Stop, man. That could be a customer. Yo, we got to
that's right. Somebody's dad.
That was the dude's dad that was walking by on the fire. That was the little kid. He had the fire hat on. He had the fireman hat on.
Yo, Neato, though, you join me right here on the couch, man.
No, do not sit on that couch. Sit right over here. I don't know why he wants people to sit on that couch with him.
Because I gotta add a camera.
Add the camera. It's a vibe. Because you sit right there and we add a camera. That's
all right. Let me add Neato up in here real quick.
We got the social distance and all that shit.
All right.
So yeah, I'll just ride to that shit. The audio messages, and then I'm actually looking at the camera, not at you. So I'll ride to the audio messages, and then whatever Greg tells me, I'll respond later. So it's pretty cool. He put me onto that. So shout out to the audio messages.
I went off on
talking shit, King.
So I'm up here. Somebody had a spill last night.
Okay.
And so a lot of people be like, "Yo, man, Greg, why don't you let the players help you?"
Before we get to that,
you're one of the main people who asked me why I don't let people help me.
Oh, really? I did ask
you always say, like, yo, you need to put responsibility, let these people help you. And the reason why I don't, Des, and this is why I don't. Now, let me show. I got the
Oh
evidence
shit!
right
Here comes the salt. See, this is what I bring to the table. I know how to mine for salt for Greg.
I'm digging the trash just so I can show
Whoa,
you this.
digging in the trash.
You know what I have in my hand right here, everybody?
What is that?
This is a bottle of.
I always see you with
of
that
spray, right?
Okay.
You notice anything missing from this bottle?
There's a large amount gone.
No. I mean, do you notice anything from the?
Oh yeah,
structure?
the handle's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody had a spill, and I gave them napkin. Now, if you spill Mountain Dew on the tabletop, you can't just wipe it. It's gonna be sticky. So I was like, here, take some spray. Simple 6-year-old responsibility that could be done, right?
Possibly
Bring the spray
3-year-old.
back. You know, like it's taking a long time for the spray to come back. So I'm like, maybe they forgot.
Now,
Maybe like 10 minutes later.
Hold on. What are you doing when this is happening?
I'm up here running. I'm running a Dragon Ball Fighters tournament and a
You,
Rivals
you're
of
working.
Mythic
You're
tournament. I'm
grinding,
working.
King. You trying to do.
That's why I
Okay.
was like, fuck it, here, you do it.
Okay.
Typically, I'd be like, where's it at? I'll go do it myself because I hate everybody, right?
Yeah.
So 10 minutes later, like the bottle, I just see like somebody come up, sit on my desk, and like run off.
Okay.
And then I grab it. I'm like, where the fuck is it? And then I look down, and the fucking trigger is on the goddamn fucking table, man.
Oh man.
So I can't even trust people to take the spray bottle.
Hold on. Did they clean it up?
Yeah, they cleaned it.
Okay. How did they clean it up if the trigger broke? Or they
guess
just took the,
they cleaned it
broke
and then they just broke it while they were cleaning it.
Nah. I know the game. They broke the shit, poured it out, wiped it up, and then brought it back.
They definitely did
that was the way. That's
So I
what
was
they did.
highly upset at that because,
Okay.
again, I don't have any employees, so I just got this shit from Home Depot.
I remember you just bought that the other day.
It's $5, whatever. I don't.
Okay. It
It's
ain't
no
that.
big deal. But it's the fact that like
Nothing to the 445.
now I got to wake up early the next day and go drive to fucking Home Depot so I can get another one.
Don't have to do that. What you do is you go to the dollar store and
And
get
get a spray bottle.
Get the little spray bottles for $1.
But still, it's just the fact that like either way, I gotta inconvenience myself by going to do some
This is
extra
true.
shit that I
This
wasn't
is
supposed to
true.
have to do.
People are idiots, man.
How do you break? If I give somebody a broom, they'll hand it back to me with the fucking handle. The broom will be broken in half. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know what happened."
You underestimate gamer incompetence.
No, I
Constantly.
overestimate.
He's a Smash player, by the way.
Who's a Smash player? Oh.
The guy that,
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, you
Whoa,
saw that.
listen. Hey yo, Neato's Revenge is on the show with us. It's a Smash. You got to be careful about that.
okay.
Smash players they got a bad rep, right? And I always try to be nice to them. I've been nice to them from the beginning because they used to get a bad rep like in 2012, 2011. Like they used to stink. They used to be hauling those CRTs everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then they start integrating themselves into our culture. They started liking Tekken when it got a little bit more palatable. And then, and I was like, cool, man, they're onto our game. We always want more people into our game. The problem is, some of them are really brilliant and good. And like, we got a couple of good ones. And then some of them they were idiots in Smash. So they're bringing the idiocy over here. They're breaking bottles. They're bringing the bad mind states. They're still trying to like, I don't know. They're fucking Nintendo nerds, basically. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really know how to handle real competition. So the stereotypes are real. And Logan just told y'all that. And 4-4 Final Boss just told y'all that. That had nothing to do with me. So Smash players, y'all want to team up and kick their ass? Hey, go right ahead, man. But leave me out of it.
And when y'all wonder why I'm mad all the
Who
time,
did
I'm
it?
pissed off.
Say the name.
I know
Who-
snitch on him.
You ain't gonna
He's
say
my,
the
he's my
names?
boy, man. I fuck with him, so
That means you
he
can
always
say
comes
his
in here and
name.
supports, man.
That means you can say his name.
But Martin, you fucked me
Oh,
on this
yes!
one, man. You fucked me good and hard, man.
Oh man,
you fucked me good and hard on the
Bend
bottle,
over
man.
and spread those cheeks, man.
If you're gonna fuck me in the ass, at least give me a reach around. You know
Oh
what I'm saying,
man,
That's
you
what they
reach
say.
around? Shit, I never heard of that. That must be
It's a
some
common
Navy
courtesy,
shit.
man.
That's some Navy shit.
It was some Navy shit. They say it in basic training to everybody when you fuck them over.
Oh damn, I didn't know about this.
How often does that happen to you?
Wow, this
Or
must
have
be.
you done it to other people?
No, it's
Man,
like
we're getting into the nooks and
so when you
crannies
do some
here.
shit to make your division, your RDCs, like your recruit division commanders, like the dudes that are actually in the Navy, they're basically like the drill instructors in another branch.
It's okay, I know.
When you do some shit that makes them look bad in front of like the commander or some shit, then they beat you basically, and they say stupid shit like that.
Yeah, okay. That shit is very. I've heard things that are very
Panther,
demeaning.
shut up, man. I remember Chop was back there. You trying to hit on Martin? Chop was back there in a live interview with CBS, and you unplugged the damn webcam while he was in the middle of a live interview.
Listen. This is another thing about you. When we stream right now, and when we're on the stream, you can't let the chat consume you. Like you gotta. It's Big Panther. You gotta throw your shots at him. But it's like you gotta let it fly, and then you circle back around to him. You let them think they get away with the shit, and then you look at the VOD, and you be like, oh, fucking Elliot and fucking Erica talking about how law down back 3 is -2, -12, and this is the wrong punish and the frame police, but it used to be -13, you bitch ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? So they don't think I see that shit. You go back and then you bust the ass, or you see them in person. You just gotta hold information. Because in the chat, people are just looking to be talked to. That's one thing I learned from Andy.
They do.
They look now McPanther. He's just McPanther, right?
Yeah, I just fuck with you.
But
Panther.
you always see some shit in the chat. You're like, wait, somebody's saying this. Don't do that. That's another key for you too. Like,
because Panther's funny
you got
as
a
hell,
bright
man.
future as far as being in front of the camera and shit. Don't let them get to you because they're all just kind of just like clamoring for attention in different ways. And then sometimes there's valid points in there, but you don't get consumed by it though because it's all like this sea of like. Egos pretty much.
Yeah, that's true.
But you control. The thing is, you said you hate looking at it. I love looking at it. I'll go back and look at it.
It's just funny.
They can never stop me. I got the microphone in the end. I control the people in the chat with the swords. I'll say ban them. I'll ignore them. I'll turn everybody against them. I'll get on there and lie about them. I'll get on there and lie about beating them, lie about who they are, lie about what they've done. I'm a scoundrel.
Dude, did Kari really beat you the other day?
No. You think Kari can beat me?
He said he beat you or some shit when y'all were on stream.
No.
In what?
Tekken. We play Tekken. We play
We
Tekken.
gonna do like a first or something?
Nah, we just spar. I spar with him because Kari's like he's in one of the mixes of like people that be ducking me online. And I'll be like, let's get some games. I'm actually playing this cooking game with, and I'll be like, all right, bitch.
Hell,
ass
Kari
nigga.
playing.
Yeah, Kari's, listen, man, Kari plays so many games. He's really skilled. But I'm always trying to get him to play me in Tekken because you know why? Because he hates my brand of Tekken. Because he's a very smart dude and he feels like he should never lose against it. But he loses very often and very miserably against it because I just outsmart him over and over again. So with that said, I love to play him. I like to get him and just beat him. So I was cheating him. And I played Kunimitsu against him because he didn't think Kunimitsu was very good. So I beat him. And then he got one game against me at the end. We played for all the marbles. But I'm not going to focus on that game. I'm going to focus on the other ass beatings I gave him. And I'm never going to talk about the game that he won.
What is all the marbles? Did y'all have something on the stakes?
Nah, I was like, if you win this game, the rest of the beatings are erased.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he
Well,
won.
then you're invalidating your own contract.
Nah,
Saying that.
listen,
Well, we know they're not really erased.
exactly.
You just be saying
That's
this
just,
shit.
I'll say anything.
Just to get him to play another game.
Just so I can get one more game. I'm trying to work on my setup, and he almost got hit by, okay, you can get, here. If you win this, it's all yours. And then my setup didn't work. And then I go back, and then I see that the while standing 3-2, whatever from Heihachi, what's the new move? That's -13. I didn't know that. I thought it was -13.
Speaking of,
Launch or something.
No.
That was like really punishable. Not 13, more
I
than
think
that.
it's -13, bro.
Speaking
I went to punishment training after. You can look it up. Pull up the practice.
speaking
This
of
will be a great
games
time.
and
This will be a great
practicing
time.
and shit, because I want to get your take on
Let's
this
start the
too.
game.
Because you and I talk about this a couple of times.
Hold on, we got to. Okay, yeah. Go. Let's go to that.
Yeah,
then we'll
so
go to the results from
speaking
Wednesday.
of, I wasn't even going to go
Thanks
to
for
the
joining
results.
us, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Special guest,
Yeah, he's
Fleet
a
Logan,
special
aka
guest.
Neato in
He's
the
got,
house.
like we talked about, Nito's a diplomat, so he might get in a lot of trouble
Dipset
for hanging
City.
out with us. You know what I'm saying? Certain people don't want him hanging out with us, but it's cool. Anyway, but tell me about the practice thing and different
All
things
right,
like
before we get to the tournaments, then, because you guys talking about like games and then you were taking it to the lab and
Yeah.
shit. So what do you think about this, Nito? So when I'm practicing, when I'm playing casuals, for me that's an extended practice. So like
Yes.
I'm looking for certain things. So like I'm playing Dez sometimes, and when I play Dez, for whatever reason, people have it in their head that that's grand finals in a fucking Masters tournament or some
that.
shit.
He's venting here.
So like people like to get up in my face and be like, oh, you need to be doing this and that. But what they don't understand is like, dog, I'm not trying to win right now. I'm trying to
Learn.
work for certain things. I'm trying to see certain things. I'm not doing certain moves on purpose because I only want to. I've been working that one shit you showed me, that flamingo into 2 back 4 shit. I've been working that shit like hell. That shit, I love that move. Appreciate you putting me on. Because now I see I can do
Shout out
other
to
things
Neato.
off of that stem too. Harong's like a fucking a damn NFL route tree, dog. He has all these different. You got basically the 9, but you got all the. You can run a route with like several different
He's an
stems.
elite NFL wide receiver.
Right. He's got all these different fucking
That's
endings to a
That's
route.
very good.
So that's why it's hard to play with him because you have to
a
know
lot of
you have to be able to
different
think super fast and know what you can do instead of just like trying to. You never want to like premeditatively do something. You want to like be able to think while you're doing it.
Well, you can
That's-
put. That's
That's like like a good concept, but that's like something that every character does. Like, Krong is just like a extra, like you have to put in a little bit more work with Krong, and you're at the level right now, like skill-wise, where you're still learning how to like do stuff. You'll get to a point where you don't have to think about, oh, I'm gonna do this and then that, or like you don't have to think about what you're doing, you're thinking about why you're doing it. And
I disagree with that.
Well, yeah, I want to because
I'm not totally.
yeah, I don't understand. It's like a thing with every game, but so like I know y'all don't give a fuck about the game, but for Soul Blade, like I can play so fast because the game is so slow for me. Like in the middle of doing a fucking input, I have so many thoughts that I'm thinking about. All right, I'm looking at him like, gee, I wonder what he's gonna. I can think like an entire fucking 5-page essay, like from the time I go from 2 to 1 or some shit, like in one input. Just because I've been playing the game for so long. That's how I want to get with Tekken though. I want to be able to think like a million different thoughts before I go from down 3-4 to whatever I want to do off that 4.
Well, go back to the practice thing you were talking about.
But yeah, man, so I'm just looking for certain things in practice mode.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think you finally understood what the fuck I was getting at, like, because then you finally sat me down. I was like, all right, you need to be doing this and that and shit. But, like, I feel like so many people probably aren't getting as good as they want to get, as fast as they want to get, because they're too worried about just winning a fucking casual match that means nothing instead of, like, treating it like an extended form of, like, practice and shit.
I agree.
I see so many people play casuals, they're not talking about anything, they're just playing and playing and playing. And maybe they're just playing just to play, but
Sometimes that's how people learn, though.
yeah, a lot of people will learn like silently and shit. But for me, like if I'm doing casuals, there's typically a reason why I'm trying to do some shit. I'm not playing to win. I'm playing to learn. I'm playing to see like how people play and shit. And a lot of times I'll ask somebody, hey, can we play? If I ask you specifically to play, when I ask Neato to play, it's because I know Neato's gonna teach me some shit.
No, I mean, what do you asking him specifically about this scenario, about people practicing or about people asking
so
you,
like
harassing you?
About that?
There was one thing that he did like I know we were playing and then he dropped his combo. Like he tried to combo into Rage Art. He did a low parry combo. It was like just the wrong like formula, like just the wrong combo. And he tried to Rage Art to kill and then it whiffed because he did the wrong combo. And he like stood up and was like, bro, why is this? You know what? My combo why doesn't that work half the time? And half the time it does work. I'm like, bro, it's because your combo sucks, man. And like I was like. Or he didn't believe me. He said, no, it's the same combo I do every time. It's the same one I did to ATL Zach last night. Here, look at the VOD. And he showed me the video, and it was the same combo, but from a different... Like,
I try to do it from a low parry instead of doing it from back 3. But see, I didn't know that. He had to explain a bunch of shit too.
And then also that combo he did doesn't combo into Rage Art easily. Like he could, but it's like difficult.
Yeah.
So I just told him that you know if you want to go into Rage Art, you have to do a different combo compared to if you want to go for wall carry, compared to if you want to go for damage, or compared to if you want to go for Oki. Like you have to decide all this the moment you watch them. And he got it down a little bit.
Ever since you told him that, he's been talking to me about that. We've been talking about that. So back to your Haram point, because it ties into this point. I think this is what certain people are having trouble with. What's up, Trey Trizzy? I think this is what people are having trouble with. Like, there's schools of thought. That doesn't mean like this school is wrong and this school is right. That means like when you go to a learning institution, you'll have different classes and you'll learn different things from certain people. Now, as far as Haram and the way he looks at it, that's not anything that you shouldn't respect, because he's a great player. He has great perspective. He's becoming a good teacher. You should take that into consideration. But if you're marrying a thought with what's going to help you learn, by him being like you're equating it to your football experience with a wide receiver, then go with that, because that's going to help you learn fast. Right. Then you can always come back to his thought and say, hey, this is what I meant, or this is what did you mean, and you can do it. So with that said, that's why people just don't know how to practice. Not that they don't know how to use practice mode, but they don't know how to get together and have concentrated learning sessions to where the competition of winning and losing is out, and we're just trying to be a brain trust and try to figure out, why the fuck am I losing to this move? Why can't I get in on this character? What do I need to stop this string? They're looking like, oh, I know it all, and this and that, and that's just not what we do as a community. Yeah,
it's a way to teach, because like I got mad as fucking Neato too. Because you were like, because that combo sucked, and I was like, oh,
he just said it. That
doesn't help me.
No, but he needs to say that.
No, that's literally what he said. Though.
I know he just said it again, but he needs to say that to get you to stop being a bitch and learn the right combo. If he says that's not the right combo, you'll never be motivated to learn, because he's got to speak your language. That's why I talk the way I talk to you and everybody else. The people that can take it, the people that are bitches, I don't say shit to them. I let them be trash. But the people that can take the motivation and be like, dude, stop doing that fucking combo, bro. What the fuck you know? Me and Ricky will be at tournaments and we'll be about to fight. Right. Because I want him to win that bad, and I'm telling him, stop this bad habit, you're gonna lose it. He's like, I know what I'm doing, and then I either have to trust him or we have to come to a medium and then he wins or he loses.
But see, y'all two already know how to play. The reason why
we have to learn
the reason
this.
why it pissed me off though is because I was like, dog, you can't just if you're trying to teach somebody, you can't just say it sucks and then expect them to like that
Right,
be the end.
you're a student, that's
tell
holding
me,
your instructor
yeah, it's like
accountable.
sit me down and tell me why does this suck? And I didn't understand, like I didn't know that was when I first learned about scaling and shit.
Yeah, you told me
and
about
I didn't
that.
know
That blew my mind
Yeah.
because I'm so far removed from that. That's an essential part that you told them.
Yeah.
You, as a beginner teacher, you need to be with certain students so you can tell them things that Mike may just overlook because it's not that we're at such an advanced level, we might just forget to say
I
things.
saw some post on Twitter like months ago about like it's like some phenomenon that was like actually named by some people at some school or whatever. They're really smart. But
This is untech and related.
It
This is
just no. It means it was like they related it to calculus teachers that struggle teaching brand new like math students like basic concepts because they're so far past the basic stuff that they can't even put themselves in the mind of a beginner because they don't know what they're like. So they're thinking so far ahead that they can't even remember what it's like to be that beginner. So it's hard for them to teach very new, like beginner people because they can't. You know, it's like, bro, I'm so far ahead. I don't even know what you mean.
And that's
like it's so easy. Why don't you get it? But then they're like, I don't understand.
Yeah, so it's so that's perfect. So
so now because of that, I know optimal combos and I understand like scaling optimal combo. He told me like sometimes you're at a stage, you're at a weird angle. If you launch somebody with their back is turned, you can't do the whole combo because.
So keep in mind, these are things that I've been telling Greg for at least 6-8 months, right? He just needed to.
Had a lot
I needed.
going. He was learning. They were learning a lot. I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
You gotta do bits and pieces at a time.
No,
Stop
stop it.
You can't just throw all of it out of the
Listen, I'm about to explain it. I'm not throwing everything at once. It's that I had to understand what type of learner he was. And as I don't want to equate myself to a calculus teacher, but we always talk about like explaining like fucking tech into certain people is like explaining astrophysics to a fucking wino or a junkie.
Yeah.
You're just not going to be able to do it. So you need people that are also calculus teachers who are able to go and explain basic concepts, and you're one of them. So I'm like Neato do that shit. He's driving me crazy. So when he comes back around, I'm like, oh, Dez, I know what you're talking about. Then we revisit the topic. I don't write him off as a scrub. I see he's got enormous talent. I don't write you off as a bad teacher. I know that you're learning how to teach, and I just go from there. You got to know how to deal with it. Concentrated sessions like this to where we can all talk and respect each other's opinion, it helps. If you got a whole bunch of people, brains and egomaniacs, they're all clamoring for attention. They all think they know what's good, and it's not really a good learning session. So you got to pick who you learn from and pick who you session with too.
Jasmine said basically trying to find it's
up,
not that you're
Jazz,
trying to
baby?
find a teaching style. You just need
Straight
to
up.
find somebody who can teach. A lot of people get discouraged because 99% of people's method of teaching is just telling somebody they suck, and then like they're like, oh yeah, I'm mentoring this dude. But
In
then
Tekken, it's only like that in
Tekken.
Tekken. They don't do it in other games as much.
And then you gotta swallow your pride too. But at the same time, like you gotta.
Whoa.
Oh, Nino, that was Nino Brown saying
I
you
thought
gotta
you
do
were
it swallow
talking
your
about
pride. Now, there's just
you
like a
a
swallow
launchpad,
period.
dog. Whoa.
No,
Spit a swallow,
but like
him and Launchpad, they
for
played
me,
that
I was
game
just,
last night.
I went to school for education. I have a degree in like middle grade education and shit. So like I actually know I taught 7th grade and shit.
That makes
so
a lot of sense. You told me that, but that makes a lot of sense with your learning.
Yeah, it's like specific ways you have to be able to like get to people and like teach them and shit like without making them feel like a complete dumbass. Some people I don't care because I'm already an idiot. I don't care if you tell me I suck. I'm just like, yo, that's not helping. Like, what do I need to like? Tell me like what I need to be doing.
I realized that for my teaching style, that asking me like a very specific question is like the best way to.
Yeah,
answer,
you're
because
very
I would say you'd say, oh, my combo didn't work, and then I'd be like, well, because your combo was bad. Because in my mind, it's like you did the wrong combo, but I didn't understand that you wanted specifically what about my combo, like why did. Just what about my combo was trash? And then there was other things too. That
like I had to pull up the VOD and shit and show
like,
him.
Yeah, he told me.
Just-
You always had mentioned
You
that.
had like a question, but not like a specific question, and it was hard for me to understand what you truly meant because there's like so many different things going on that I was like, I don't know what.
Yeah, taking such a complex fucking thing. Like,
It can be overwhelming. You know, it's also helping, and not to hijack this because I want you to go back to that point, is that you guys are becoming friends outside of this. If you're friends, like I use Ricky as an example, I use Mike as an example, we're friends. So I can say whatever the fuck I want to say to them because I've been in the trenches with them and they know that we went out to fucking Taco Mac and I bought wings for them. So if you bring somebody if you spend fucking $20, $30, $40, $50 like you guys do at Five Guys all the time, you form a bond with them, man.
Yeah.
Five Guys is super overrated, guys. Super overrated. These
Bro,
guys
it's the best
love
we
it.
got, man.
It's trash.
It's the best we got, really.
It's the best you got.
it's
not?
highly
What else is
overpriced,
better?
but it's better than McDonald's and
Five Guys?
stuff.
What else
Five
is
Guys got good ass burgers. You're not doing it right. You just got to get a regular bacon cheeseburger with nothing on it, just the meat, the cheese, and the bacon. That's it. If you get like tomatoes and lettuce and it fucks a burger up.
Listen, I I'll get that shit. That's the same price.
Actually good as fuck.
Yeah, exactly, and it's the same price. We're talking about economics. Like Five Guys is a little overrated.
But it's overpriced.
Overpriced.
It's good though.
Okay.
It's good as fuck, but I just don't like spending like $30 for a hamburger. But I mean, I would rather.
Confirm.
I'm at the point in my life where I'd rather pay for quality than to get
I
like
respect it.
pay $2 for a fucking Big Mac and be highly disappointed after
So
I
you
eat
know
it.
what? We got to get those that little shit popping where it's like
Food reviewers?
like the Five Guys versus Burger King.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Shake Shack. Shake Shack.
No, you were hating on Shake Shack. No,
No, I
you was
wasn't.
like
I was
Shake
the one
Shack.
that
You
told
said
you about
Shake Shack
yeah.
was better than you said the chicken sandwiches at Shake Shack were better than Chick-fil-A. We need to put that in the chat. You got to figure out how to do those little. Do you know how to do that? To where you
Figure out how
pick
to
the
make
winners?
polls and
Yeah,
shit.
the poll, not just the polls, but those things where people win points.
I don't think it's too hard, but yeah, you can have.
It's not too hard.
Panther probably can. Set
Yeah,
up. I
dog
think
Panther.
we
That's
can-
why
Panther
your ass
ain't
supposed to be
doing
up
shit.
here,
No,
but
I'm
he don't
saying
want to
if
help
you
out.
have- If you have a mod in chat, they can like figure it out. I'm sure Panther.
Y'all ate a Big Mac like
Yeah,
3
I'm
nights
I
ago.
don't mean to shoehorn Panther into doing that, but I'm sure that.
No, he needs to do
Yo,
something.
Panther, you could actually be up here on Saturday and then just leave before people get here because
Nah.
it's just us three.
No, he's not gonna do that, man.
You guys Yo, Panther was up here on Smash Night with 1 million people in here.
Listen, man.
He was getting his car fixed down the road and he just came up here.
That's
and
what
it was
Panther
500
does. You're never gonna get any consistency from that dude. Come on, man.
Panther came up here, dog. You can come when
I
it's
got the
just
Panther
us.
handbook, bro. I got the Panther handbook. I'm gonna tell you, I met Big Panther. Then we got to cover the results. From
Oh,
Wednesday.
Panther plays Smash.
He's a Smash player.
Yeah.
We'll go back
Smash
to the
does
results
too.
on Wednesday. Listen, when I met Panther, I was at Mike's house. I pretty much met everybody at Mike's. I used to go over Mike was my sparring
Magic
partner.
Mike's?
No, not where you hang out. That was a good one. I would go over to Mike's and spar, maybe when I got off work, got out of the gym, and it'd be like at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I'd go over there and just get games, and we just play like a long set. And Panther was over there, and I was talking shit to Mike like I normally do. We talk shit pretty real. And he was saying I shouldn't be beating Mike. He was just making all these comments. I'm like, who the fuck are you, man? Like,
This is when you first met Panther?
This is when I first met him. This always happens when I'm at Mike's house talking. Whenever I'm at Mike's house and I come in and I just start talking shit, people just start writing me off. And he was writing me off hard. And I was like, who is this dude? So I proceeded to beat the fuck out of Mike and then roast him. And then we've been friends ever since. And I just realized he's an idiot. And that's what he does. So
Was he wearing
that's
that
what I'm
thing
saying.
on his hat?
I don't know what the fuck he had on. He
What he
might have had on that
Final
fucking
round wristband from 2001.
No, he wasn't there yet. See, he wasn't there yet. He hadn't gained those. He hadn't gained that meter
Okay,
yet.
he didn't get the scrolls yet.
Yeah, he didn't even know about tournaments. He just had on the fucking one of those Jamaican hats. And I was like, who the fuck is this dude? Shut the fuck up talking to me, man. But he was pretty endearing, and we've been cool ever since.
You gotta
Shout
have
out to
Panther,
Big
dog. Panther's
Yeah, he
a
had all those
necessity, dog.
stats. He had all those. He had some good songs, and I was just like, yo, this dude is very genuine, and I just fuck with him. But we could talk about Big Panther all day. Let's get to these results from Wednesday,
All
man.
right, results. All right, so we looking
You in
at.
the chat? I see you in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna just do the standings first, then we'll talk about the matches. But
Standings?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
ranks,
okay.
the standings, whatever you want to
Chop
call it.
wins again.
Shaolin was second.
Shaolin, that was a
Knox
surprise.
was third. Whack Dash was fourth, and then
Whack Dash.
Abstract and Hero tied for fifth.
Good showing from
0-2,
Hero.
and ATO Zach tied for seventh. And then
Who's after Abstract? Hero.
Hero, yeah. And then
0-2.
seventh place was 0-2 and Zach. And then 12th place, I believe 12th was. I'm sorry, 9th. Yeah. No, I think it's 12th because it's four people in that spot at this point. So I think it goes from 7th to 12th.
Okay.
Because it's Sativica, Trey Trizzy, Side Effects, and me. And then
That's a good showing for
we
you.
had what was it? How many people in this bracket? 20. I didn't say this, Annie. 22 people in the bracket.
Nice. We got a consistent 20
Yeah.
man bracket every week. If we can keep that up after the pandemic, it's going to shoot through the roof. I don't want to say after the pandemic because I don't think it's that type of deal. I think we kind of stuck with this. I'll get on that another time. But that was a good showing. I noticed that you shook your head when he announced Shaolin is finished second place. How you feel about that? You don't have to be derogatory.
I don't mean to be putting Shaolin down. Or
Nah,
anything. I mean,
you got to figure out a way
You
to
better
say
start
this.
hating on Shaolin.
No.
It's
We don't want to get him caught up in what we do because he's an ambassador.
Because y'all got the same hairstyle.
we actually do actually.
Yeah.
We actually do not.
He got more though. He got
my
more
hair
hair.
keeps growing, it's gonna look like this.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even kidding.
Go
So we've
ahead.
got a connection.
You falling into his trap. This
Wait,
is
didn't he make fun of you one time for no reason and just walk off? I forgot who.
Maybe it was someone. I don't
Nah,
think.
Shaolin doesn't say much.
No, Shaolin, he has this funny way of making fun of people. Oh, it was Scott Mellenball. Mellenball took James
Oh,
Mellon.
yeah.
Shout out to that boy James Mellon.
Funny ass story
Put your
about
Scott
Shaolin.
Mellon ball
That was
emotes
so
in the chat.
funny.
What do
He
you do?
said,
What do you
He
do?
made fun of his dreads or something.
Yeah.
He first said that, yo, your dreads look pretty sick, but then he took a closer look at him and was like, yo, those look like fingers. And then
It was like some funny ass way of like insulting him, where it's like it was
like
a
the
semi
funnest-
compliment, but like I forgot what the fuck is it. James
I
Mellon had to tell you the story.
James Mellon.
He does-
Shallon's undercoverly funny as fuck, dog.
He's funny when he's not trying to be, because he's kind of like weird, but he's not. He's very grounded, but he's also
His
like
voice
into
too. He got
himself.
that deep ass
He's
voice.
a voice, and then he's doing wild stuff like doing push-ups with the chop. He's a wild boy, and he's got a wild play style. So let me circle back around because I want to hear about this. You don't have to dump on him. Just give your when you talk, man. This is what a lot of y'all do too.
What up,
this ain't
Mike?
even the young players thing. It's like, yo, give your opinion. Like you can be respectful and give your opinion. If they get butthurt about that, that's on them. But I want you to understand your power as a player. You're a good player, so whatever you say, you can stand on it. They can't
Mike
beat
said you got a deep ass. I don't know what that means.
Oh, whoa, he's talking about you?
He said Des got a deep ass. Like
Oh.
AZZ though, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, man. He's
I know,
getting
he
freaky.
said, hey,
That's the light skin coalition, man. Whatever you guys are doing on Friday nights and Saturday evenings and planning to do for THT, tag team butt turmoil, that's on you guys. So go ahead and do it. Don't read the chat, man. You're
It's
hot.
funny, though. I can't
It's
help
not. It's not. He's not funny. He's weak. Mike is actually pretty corny.
Yeah,
But
big
go ahead.
Mike.
I just think that Shaolin needs a main character because he says that like, oh, my two main characters are Steve and Law.
Okay.
Dude, you can't. His main character, you need one, and then he goes up in here. Not goes up in here, but I mean like he's over here,
Like that.
and he loses to Chop's Law. Like it was just hard to watch because
Why was
I
it
feel
hard
like
to watch?
Oh, it was
Because he
it was a
plays
mirror
the
match,
character.
right? Wasn't it
yeah, it was
Law?
a mirror match.
Nah.
He plays the character. I feel like this shouldn't even like.
Listen, it's a trick. Damn, I don't want to get too much of this shit on here.
I don't know. And then he switched to Shaheen, and that wasn't working. I don't know. I just think that Shaolin, he has a good foundation, like knows what he's doing, but he needs a main character. He needs to focus on his one person.
What happens is this is happening to a lot of players throughout the country, throughout the world. Actually, this is
He was McPanther. He was under the influence on Wednesday.
Who?
Was he?
Shallon, yeah.
Big Panther wasn't even here. Stop reading the chat, Greg. Just stop reading the chat. Especially, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. You ain't even here. Big Panther, shut the hell up. Players are going through this all across. This is a 1v1 Tekken, and they don't understand there's another trick in 1v1 Tekken that we use. Can you beat the mirror match?
Yeah.
We can see through, more seasoned players can see through Shaolin's playstyle, and we can know that if you face him with his own character, he's going to have trouble. If you put him in a crunch to where he has to think or he needs a quick win, he's going to switch. He's going to alienate that mind state because he's not married to it. He doesn't believe in it. He doesn't practice. And he's going to go to another character. It's going to be a quick fix, but over time, it's going to wear off. And Chop is a good opponent, and he's going to get washed. And he got washed. And he'll get washed every time.
We, Elliot and I were watching the stream, Pleasant Man.
Yeah.
And we were like, we jokingly said, yo, we should take a shot every time Shaolin misses DSS finisher. And we would have been drunk after the first game.
Yeah.
It was,
Oh, easy.
he misses it like so much.
That's an
like something
essential
he needs
part
to,
of
like
playing
the
with
first
law.
thing he needs to work on is that.
Yeah,
that
the
there's
first
just
thing.
not-
That's not easy to do, though.
They made it easier.
They made it
Season one,
easier.
it was so hard. But then season 2, it's like so much. I don't even think it's that difficult.
I mean, because you're a skilled player, you got to know this. And then you've been dabbling in different things. You hone your skills doing other things. By playing Zhao, DSS ain't shit to you now. Or the Valley Tudo cancel. You'll be able to get to that point later. But it's more about Shaolin having to really sharpen his Tekken acumen and his skills. He's not as good as he thinks he is. I can say that because I don't give a fuck. You got to be politically correct, but yo, that shit he doing, that ain't gonna fly against 80% of the players in the country. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that was a good showing. He got through the, I don't want to say lesser opponents. He got through the tougher stages in the tournament to get the chop. But when he got to a quality opponent who knows how to bring that other level out, he got washed.
Yeah. He beat Knox, which
He
I was
beat Knox.
very surprised.
No,
I'm
I'm
very
not.
surprised, but like I was, like when I saw, when I looked at the bracket,
What,
once
Richie?
Alex lost to.
What's up,
Zach,
Richie?
When Alex lost to Zach and the bracket was like all mixed up or whatever, I looked and I was like, I'm pretty sure the top 3 is going to be like Knox, Chop, and someone else, but it wasn't. So
It was.
Oh, no, it was no.
It
Knox
was
was
Knox, Chop, Shaolin.
But I
You're
mean,
right.
Shaolin beat him, and I didn't think that was going to
I
happen.
thought Knox was playing with Kunimitsu.
Yeah, he played 2 minutes the whole way.
He played pretty much. And then he wanted. It was certain times he wanted to go back to Alyssa, and he's just starting. I've been trying to convince him to play Kunimitsu, so he doesn't have his Kunimitsu footing yet. And if you go against a person like Shaolin, who really isn't, sometimes some people can be a little underdeveloped for your mix-ups. You have to really strip it down and just play Tekken. You have to play Tekken and play tournament Tekken. Knox didn't do that, and he was missing some punishes and got it. He got frustrated, and Shaolin won. Shaolin's pretty mentally sturdy too. You'll be punishing him, really working him, and then you'll run up on him. He'll just flip kick, and you'll be like, "What is wrong with you?"
So much.
Yeah, and it'll hit. But
Or he
if you
can
run
lose.
up and block and then punish the flip kick properly, you can really eliminate all that stuff. But people don't because it's a scary move. But
Dog, I
with
missed
that
so
said,
many
I agree
finishes
with you. I agree
against
with you.
fucking against
Good
Chalk
analysis, man.
in
He
my
wasn't like-
round 2.
I mean, he got second place. It's still really good.
He's
I mean,
good.
it's
He got
not,
second
I'm not
place.
putting it down at all.
No,
Like,
you
that's better
got.
than I've
Nah,
done
man,
this
you
year.
don't got to backtrack
You
on
got
your
in
comments.
second. You got in second place before.
No, I'm saying this year. I'm not gonna say.
I'm pretty sure you got in second place at some point this year.
No, it's
Whatever, I'm
only
just saying,
February.
He did well. So
Yeah,
he needs to
that's pretty
practice.
good.
He needs to make it. That's my bottom line.
Yeah, don't back off
If
yourself.
he cares about the
If he
If
wins.
he cares.
He
About
cares. He wants to win really bad. He wanted to come up here and win. That's his dream. That's everybody's dream. I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna beat Chop and I'm gonna win. And then it's like, nah, man. It's like it's not gonna happen. But that was a good showing from Shaolin. Like we said, Knox finishes third. Whack Dash, another strong showing from him.
Yeah, Wag Dash.
Like that, I don't know what he's been on lately.
He's been playing a lot.
Crack,
so,
baby.
He's doing so.
He's
much.
playing a lot, and he's playing with really cheap characters, and he's finding his play
Katarina's
style.
cheap?
Huh?
Katarina's
cheap as fuck.
How?
Yo, okay.
Sean.
So if you got lows that hurt, and you're playing against the early part of the, Greg was working him last week a little bit.
Who?
He's seen that you were working Whack Dash. Yeah, I think you were up either 2 rounds on him, or you were giving me a little
I
bit.
got
of
like 2
business.
rounds at one point or some shit.
He went straight to the business. He did low.
Yeah, he
low,
could kill me with those lows.
Low, throw. Like when you have a character with excellent buttons and you can get through the tougher parts of the bracket, which is like the opening.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of pressure off of you. Whack Dash is learning to work through the opening of the tournament and get to the meat and then start playing a certain level of Tekken. Then he's mastering that little thing. He used to duck all the time. Now he's ducking and he's check parrying all the time. That's a problem. That's a problem. If you don't know somebody's gonna do that, that's a problem. But if you do, they can get blown up pretty good. But he's mastering that and he's putting the work in, man. He's a good player. He's a good player. He's not as good as he fucking thinks he is, but he's a good player. He gets a little too salty and too crazy. He came from shooters. So he's got this certain mind state. He thinks he should be dominating.
Yeah.
And he is pretty good, but it's like you gotta pay your dues. You gotta pay your dues. And I'm very proud of him, but I ain't gonna let him talk crazy to me or about me. You know
He
what I'm
doesn't say
saying?
anything. He'll go the whole night.
He
without
be
saying
talking
one
shit
thing.
the whole. He doesn't say nothing to you.
No, he'll go the whole night without saying
Well,
one
I
thing.
say
And the
one
moment he
thing.
opens his mouth is the most hilarious.
Exactly. And all the salt will just flow out. All the salt will
so
just flow
funny.
out.
Yeah, he'll
He's
storm
funny.
out this bitch too. Dog.
He'll storm out. Like if you look at the stream from Wednesday, when he lost, he started walking towards the door. And I was like, Corey, is he leaving? He ended up turning around. He got a Capri Sun or something. He fought the urge to just leave. It's like, dude, it's not that serious. Like, come on. Like
He wants to win, man.
He wants to win, but he's
competitive.
won before and he's a good player. Like, stop. Oh, that shit gets on my nerves.
We gotta talk about
man.
ATL Zach though.
What happened with
Zach
Zach?
be abstract.
Oh man,
That was a good
You
show.
know,
And everybody was popping off after that.
But
wish I was here for that.
it was a couple. Listen, it was a couple of different reasons
Yeah.
why Abstract lost, but Zach showed the OG mentality. He just didn't give up. But Alex gave him a game with that weak ass
Yeah,
Josie.
that Josie.
though.
I don't know why he decided to play the
Nah,
Josie.
he's overconfident as a skill
He
player.
played his Josie against my hour one Xiao Yu online because I was asking him for like tips on how to play the character and everything. And I was like, he had the
Old man
Josie's
second.
sitting 2 into the micro dash combo. He had that like every single time, which I guess I'm really impressed by because I can't do that. That was hard for me.
He's gonna be able to do that.
I
That's
was
his
like,
how you.
yeah.
But-
He did say that Xiao Yu has micro dash combos.
Yeah.
But he had that, but otherwise he didn't have anything with Josie. He didn't do switch stance at all. He doesn't do the crouch dash. He doesn't do anything.
He's trying to play.
I was like, dude, you need actual combos other than the micro dash.
That's an
It's like,
excellent
okay.
point. Wait,
But he
wait.
didn't say that, but then he was like, oh, I think my Josie's good enough to beat Zach.
No,
And then
he was overconfident as a player. So
Yeah.
you're gonna run across this too. You'll run across it as well. People that play with certain characters, like Zalyu players, have a mind state that's attached to them and the way they play. They'll pick up another character and they're trying to play Zalyu with Josie, and you can't do that. Zalyu lets you get away with so much and lets you mash all these buttons, and other characters just aren't like that. And that's what he kind of tried to do while playing against an OG player who was just going to put him in funny situations, and he actually, lost.
Yeah.
And he,
You know,
didn't
Zach
take it
gonna
that
do.
bad,
Zach
though.
don't do too much shit either. Zach got like only 4 or 5 moves he'll do over
I
and
told
over
him.
and over.
I said, just do
He just
these
let him
moves.
go.
Yeah.
I told him. I said, just do these moves,
Yeah.
and you'll be fine until you figure it out. Zach used to have amazing execution. He's trying to wait until the execution comes back, and I'm like, dude, we're old. It takes a while to come back. Just use these moves until it comes back, and he did that, and he got a victory. But that was still, it was a hella hype match too. And then I know Hero, he's been playing really good.
Yeah, Hero's.
I'm proud of him.
Hero's interesting because like
He's cool.
he has
man.
so Hero's
Show him something.
I guess showing is like he'll show up one week and then he'll vanish off the face of the
He be
earth for
working
like
on his
a
game.
month and then he'll
Yeah.
come back and he goes like a place further every time.
Yeah.
He disappears, he comes back, he goes to like this underground facility where they got like nuclear physicists and shit going on.
He's super smart. Check
And then he
this out.
comes, oh yeah, Hero did that.
Hero
Hero
did
draws
that, man.
lines.
Hero's a dope artist. Yeah, Hero's incredible. I don't know if I'm being
I
funny.
get a
shit,
tattoo
man.
about it if I could.
Huh?
I might want to get a tattoo.
this shit
Maybe
is
not
hard.
that specifically, but one
I
of
love
the
stuff like this. I love stuff like
Yeah, I
this.
might get
Dark
Hero to
is
design my
not-
next tattoo. Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Hero. I told him that he needs to press more buttons. I feel like he plays too scared, or I don't know. I feel like Kuma's jab is like so far, and then Kuma's down back too.
But
like
you got
Kuma
to
has
think,
good pose.
he's traumatized. He's getting hit by everything. When you play with a big character like that,
Yeah, I
you just
guess
want to block. He actually needs to play another character and then come back to that maybe.
I feel like he
You're asking
does.
about some shit in the chat.
Yeah, Mike said you waiting on your hair to grow back, dog.
Listen, man, Mike, have you ever seen his hair? It's peasy, it's nappy, it looks terrible. It doesn't even look real. His mustache looks drawn on. He wears those
Got that magic
stupid.
marker mustache.
He's wearing those stupid TKN house pants. He looks like an 80s wrestler. They look stupid. Bad colors, all that. Yeah, see, that's why you don't mess around with me because I'm taking it to another level. So stop reading that fucking chat, Greg. We got a big show.
I gotta egg y'all on,
He's
man.
just trying to get attention, man, because he's not here.
I was
So
looking
let's
at I was studying the film because I break it down like all 22 film. I was looking at it for my my
You're
matchup
obsessed with yourself. You you like watching your own shit.
with fucking I got this. How am I get better? No, but
Practice.
I always watch my shit against Chop. Dog, I left so much shit out there, like, because you said I can't punish something on the stream. You were like, and Greg can't punish it. And I was like, why the fuck did I not? Yo, Chop kept on doing that move where Fought, like, takes a big ass step and does this for like 30 seconds. And I just kept on backing out and just watching him do it and like not punish. I easily could be back 3 in that shit, and that's like 120 damage.
No, it's 14.
You can't.
No,
No,
you
but he
can't.
wasn't like so. If he's whiffing, yeah.
then yeah.
He was just whiffing on
You
that
have
shit.
your thumb on 3 button at all times, ready for.
Yeah, like he
When
was
you're
just
back that
whiffing,
shit,
and I would just back out and just
yeah,
wait for him
that's
to
like,
be done.
Wrong is like the best tool in the game.
Yeah.
That's
So
like,
I need to start like being more aggressive in that sense, and be
like,
like,
no, not aggressive, but just if you're backing off, you're looking for one thing.
You're looking for
You're
those
looking
moves.
for them to whiff.
Yeah.
And when he does whiff, you just be ready, like just only be thinking of one thing at a time.
As soon as I see him do some shit.
I want to mix it. How do I mix it? When I'm backing off, how do I want to whiff punish?
Yeah.
Like let me wait for him to whiff. Whatever. You can't be thinking of everything all at once.
Yeah, that's true. And then if you're at a certain range, only certain things can hit
Yeah,
you
it's like,
anyway.
you don't even have to worry about his jab hitting you if he's this far away.
If he's that far away, he's got to do that move to close the gap. You just wait on him to do it, and you kill him.
yeah. See, I don't know. I'll be studying all y'all's film too, dog. Because I know one day there's gonna come a time in bracket where I'm gonna meet one of y'all motherfuckers, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I got the fucking, I got the damn strategy on how he plays and shit. So
Yeah, that's always. I scout all the time too.
Yeah.
I scout when I'm commentating, but that's not gonna get you all the way by because that's the.
no, it's not gonna get you right, but it's gonna help prepare you.
It'll give you something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like watching like people used to watch Anakin play, and they're like, oh, I know what to look for, and they'll play him, and then he's not gonna do any of that shit.
Yeah.
It's like you have a different scroll for each player you play, but that's a good start for you though. But anyway, Chop, Shaolin, Knox, Whack Dash, Abstract, Hero, 0-2. I know Richie's kind of disappointed in his showing.
Yeah.
He's been playing
he hasn't
really good.
he hasn't been able to compete as
He
often
had,
though.
he
So
had a good match with Certificate.
He did. I heard
Yeah.
about that. I missed that. He had a good
was
match
2-0.
with.
Really? It was 2?
yeah,
Oh.
He had a good match with.
but it was like I think 3-2 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He had a good match with somebody on stream. He lost.
I think because I think they played that on this stream over
they
here, 4-4 stream.
Did he lose to Shaolin?
No, he lost to Abstract.
He lost to Abstract.
No, Alex got put in the losers by Zach and then killed Richard.
Who else did he lose to?
0-2.
Yeah, who else did Richie lose to?
0-2 lost to
No?
Whack Dash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's not happy about
Whack
that.
Deezy, baby.
Whack Dash. That was good though. That's good. That'll give him fuel. That doesn't mean Richie's not playing at a high level or whatever. Sometimes that's just how tournaments shake out. You just get a bad matchup with somebody you might play against a lot, and it's just.
There are a lot of good players in that bracket too. We've had like a solid upper half bracket the past few weeks. So like Grim came out and shit.
It's a local. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Grims. He's got a terrible Marduk, but he'll do damage. He'll do because Marduk is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Say it.
I was telling Elliot that I was like, it kind of pains me to see how much Marduk cares.
Nah. See,
Because
this is your fault. Keep going. I'm glad we're having this discussion.
People, you have to like newer to mid-level players have to put in so much work to like practice breaking throws and breaking tackle, and then the Marduk player really presses 4 buttons, and then that's like you have to do all the work. I feel like
What's wrong with that? You can't have a problem with
nothing's
that.
wrong with it, but
Okay.
it just makes me feel it's like I don't know. I feel like people
gotta be
look at
honest.
me. People might look. Not that I care what people think about me.
You
but it's
obviously
like
do because you're mentioning it.
people might look at me and be like, oh, this dude's, Marduk, all he does is tackle. Or, this dude doesn't know how to play the game because he relies on tackle so much, or something like that, along those lines. And I feel like Marduk is up there with one of the characters that just scares people. Just for no reason.
But he's been like that for a very long time. Then
we were playing Tekken 5, and that Marduk has none of the tools that he has now, other than tackle. It's like I just have to tackle.
They built on it. It used to be me and Icage and what's my man's name? Keelik a Beast. Y'all don't know him. He came from Soul Calibur. It used to be all these Marduk players, and we used to just be talking about like what he needed and this and that, and they were listening to us, and then they gave us Down Back 2. Like, holy shit, this movie's good. Then they gave us this, and then they gave us this, and it's like now we're at a point to where he's super good, and I'm like, I don't want everybody being a Marduk player because they don't deserve it. But at the same time, why should I be mad because they have the opportunity to enjoy this character? I just have to flex my skill in other ways, and that's what you're doing by learning. You're like, okay, you think I'm just a Marduk player? I'll bust your ass with this character, and that's what I do. I don't worry about that. But at the same time, it is concerning, and I just think about it like that.
Does Marduk carry you?
No, I thought about that a lot. I don't know. I think I'm
because you can play with like almost all the damn characters in the game anyway.
Yeah, you can.
I'm pretty sure
you just don't. It's just going to be a different mindset, and you're going to have to work a little bit more. But I recognize that you were good before Marduk came out when you were playing with King. So I knew you didn't need Marduk to validate your success or to be good.
I forgot you were playing as King.
Yeah, it's just that you got your tool, and you're like Rashid is another example of it. Rashid weathered the storm. He had to play Kazumi and Anna and all these side characters, and he was really getting beat, and people thought they were better than him. And then Julia came out, and he's a Julia player, and now he's got his weapon. So I was happy when he got Julia. I was happy when you got Marduk. So that's just what comes with it. You're working through all that shit. What do you got on your mind? You about to say something? I want you to be more honest. We talk shit on this shit, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought about Marduk carrying me a lot. And then I would ask everyone, be like, oh, do you think Marduk carries me? Like, be honest. And then they say, no, I think you just play like a Marduk player. And I feel like
that's
bad.
Yeah.
After all the time that I've spent playing Marduk, I think like a Marduk player. So when I'm playing other characters, I don't use the tools that Marduk does. Like, when I'm playing like Miguel, I don't use his down forward 1 because Marduk doesn't have a down forward 1. Or not that I don't use it, but I find it difficult to know when and how to use it because I'm so used to not having it. And I want to throw people all the time with other characters, but other characters' throws aren't as good as Marduk's. And I don't know, just other things like that.
Nah, that's great.
I think the way I play is based around what Marduk has, what his strengths are. I just kind of, I don't know. I love the character, but
that's why what you're doing is great. You're getting away from that, and you're seeing what other characters have to offer, because by doing that, you're putting yourself in a box with your character. You're limiting yourself with Marduk, even though it doesn't seem like it. And then you're limiting yourself as a player. But when you venture out and you see what other people have to offer, and you learn, you're like, okay, Miguel has this. I need to use this kind of mentality with Marduk a little bit more. And you just become a well-rounded Tekken player, which is why it's good that you're finding another character. We're not going to say what the character is, but that character is going to be perfect because you're going to see what you're not utilizing with Harang. You're going to see how hard Harang is to play. You're going to see what you need to use with him in order to win. And then you're going to kind of, it's like being with a girl that you like, but she kind of giving you problems. You're like, is this really worth it, or should I go talk to this chick who's more attractive? And then you might have 2 of them and go back and forth. But that's some player shit. I ain't gonna get too much of that out here. But at the same time, that's how Tekken works. So I say it like I'm proud of you, but I don't want it to be in like no little brother, big brother shit. It's just like I like where y'all are going with Tekken. That's good. That makes me feel good, because a lot of the things that I see make me feel very bad.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I don't want any part of this. I don't want to talk to these people. I don't even want to be around. But when I hear y'all talk and the perspective, I'm like, okay, I can kick it with those dudes. So that's good. That's good, man. So, okay, what we got? We got to talk about Greg's cats real quick. He still doesn't have any names for these motherfuckers, man.
I told you, they're like androids. They got numbers.
Whoa,
cat number 1 and cat number 2.
Cat number 2?
Yeah, why?
What's the dog's name? What's the dog's name?
Oh, that's my girlfriend's dog, so she has a name. Her name's Coco.
No, listen. Oh, I love it. Listen, I love Coco. Shout out to Coco. Listen, don't try to say that's your girl's dog. That's your dog now. You try not to embrace dogs. Dogs are awesome. You don't fuck with dogs?
No, man, they're annoying. They need too much attention.
Certain dogs are annoying, but you got to know how to. Huh?
This dude's out of his mind.
Yeah, you like pandas and shit, right? You like panda videos.
You want to pet panda?
You like cat videos and panda videos.
What about panda?
You want to pet panda?
No.
You don't want to pet panda anymore?
Why would I want anymore? When did I?
You used to look at those panda videos on fucking Greg's computer, man.
Oh, those are him. He sent those to me.
Oh,
what
snap! You guys are sharing
panda
videos and cat videos.
Yeah, I go on Greg's computer for 2.5 seconds and I see like 18 things in hentai.
Damn. So you don't like dogs. You like pandas.
This is true.
You like
Yeah,
the pandas.
Twitter open. I did one scroll of the mouse and then it was just.
Yeah, it's straight hentai. You gotta have the
Whoa,
hentai.
chill with the hentai. You've been talking about that a lot.
Two just said Greg a bitch.
What's wrong with dogs, man? Dogs are amazing.
Dogs are
Man's
amazing.
best friend,
Yeah, I'll
dude.
show you my
Cats
cats.
are pretty cool too, though.
Yeah,
Next time you come to the
But
shop,
cats
I'll
are
show you a
wild, though.
picture.
Cats, they do their own shit. What you about to say? You
Cats
said
are tight,
something,
dog.
Richie?
No, yeah, Richie just said I was a bitch. But hey, Richie, dog,
Shout out to
cats
Richie.
are tight, dog. Y'all gotta. If you have a dog, you might as well just have a fucking human baby, dog. I ain't got time to be fucking babysitting no damn dog.
Listen.
Dog. They need all that. You gotta walk them. You gotta go pick up their dookie off the floor.
What's wrong
You
with
know,
that?
I know you like you into butt stuff, man. So I know you like
I'm all about the
dookie.
butt action, man.
Yeah, there's like the dookie and all that stuff.
For sure. Because I'm the dookie.
I like cats because they just chill in the room and they let you know they're around.
Then they shit in your shoes.
They don't do that. I
Or
don't
they
know what
piss
the fuck.
on your pillow or something.
I never had a cat do it.
Yeah, they do shit like that. Or they tear up the insulation of your roof.
Oh yeah, my cats.
Or they scratch it. Or they disappear out in the woods and you can't find them motherfuckers. So
They
which
come
is
back,
it?
though.
They come back, but they're fucking all fucking feral and shit.
Yeah, now dogs, they are. Yeah,
They got
my cat got his
instinct
ass
also.
beat the other night.
Yo, cats will get their ass whooped.
Yeah, my cat thought shit was sweet. He thought he.
You ran up
'cause,
on a possum?
At my last place, they used to beat up on my roommate's little baby cat. So my cat number 2 thought he was, he thought he was running the
Is
streets.
that the one that's always looking evil? The black one?
Yeah, the black
Okay.
one. So I let his ass out because he kept on crying at the door. I was like, nigga, take your ass outside and then we'll see if you come back tomorrow or some shit.
Came back.
My girlfriend found his ass. He had fucking claw marks all over his bed. He got his ass beat. They jumped the fuck out of my cat.
Cats are real.
Yeah.
Cats are real. They'll fight.
He don't want to go outside no more though.
Yeah, they have to go out there to see what's up and they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
their ass beat and come back. But some of them don't ever come back. So
Yeah, he
Yeah,
made it though.
yeah.
He made it back. Though.
he made it back
Yeah,
safely. Okay, so
he a bitch though.
listen. So if you want to come up with not cat number 1 and cat number 2, we need some solid names for Greg's cat. So put them in the chat.
Dookie shoots.
How about
Dead.
one of the cat's name is Lemon and the other's name is Raw?
I like that.
That's tight.
That's tight.
Like,
He's definitely not going to do that though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, but I mean that's tight.
That's a
Lemon
start.
and
That's a start.
Yeah.
That's a start. We're gonna talk about. Oh, you know what? Since we got Mike in the chat, Mike, Greg
talk
thinks.
about-
Greg thinks Spirit Airlines is a good idea.
It is. If you're going a short distance,
Nah, if you're
Spirit
not-
Airlines ain't gonna like disappear like Malaysian Airlines did.
Whoa,
You remember that shit?
that was terrible. They had a crash in the fucking Bermuda Triangle or some shit.
No,
had
they
a-
just the airline just disappeared and they never found it or some shit, right?
But that's because that plane crashed in the fucking middle of the.
Is that shit a real thing? Like the Bermuda Triangle?
Well, I don't know if it is a real thing, but
I mean, I know it's a real place and a real like
yeah, it's a real place.
form, but like, is it? Do you actually believe like people be flying over it and just fucking vanish into thin air?
I believe that there's certain troublesome parts of the earth that when like man-made shit goes through them or around them, they experience difficulties. Like it might be a little tricky, but I don't think it's like the black hole or
Might be
anything
some
like
kind
that.
of some kind of portal or some shit. Electronic
We
magnetic
can get into that.
interference.
It might be shit. Might be some shit going on.
Could be.
But the Malaysian Airlines, they had a plane crash or something,
I
right?
thought they just had an airline disappear and they never heard of it ever again or some shit.
I think that was the basis of it. That plane
Oh, and then
crash.
they found
And
it
then-
later, like years later. Or
Nah, they
something.
didn't find the plane.
They never.
Oh, okay, so
never
that's what I'm
found
saying.
the
So how do you know it crashed if they never found it?
They never found the plane.
Because where else could it
Where else did it go? That,
It
like,
could have disappeared. That's what I'm saying.
disappear to the
man.
bottom of the ocean?
No, dog. It
You
went
take it to another
flew over the
dimension?
triangle, and then it's in another dimension.
it's
They on
in the-
Planet Namek right now,
Okay.
dog.
Oh god.
Piccolo
See,
found them motherfuckers.
we ain't doing this. Okay, see, where is the Bermuda Triangle real? You guys tell us in the chat. This is what we need to poll.
Yo, put a 1 in the chat if you think the Bermuda
Don't
Triangle.
put anything in the chat.
Yeah, put a 1. I want to hear this.
Put
I
a
wanna
1 if
hear
you
this.
believe that the myth is true about the
Put one in
triangle.
the chat and you think that Greg should not take Spirit Airlines.
Spirit Airlines. If you're
No,
trying
he's
to
not
go,
talking about. He's talking about putting other people on.
Oh, wait.
See, that's how we know it's trash. He ain't getting on that shit. I ain't getting on.
yeah, I'm
Mike,
trying to get people to come to 404. Hey man, I'll buy you a Spirit
Oh.
Airlines ticket from Florida.
Yo,
to...
me and Mike were talking about how bad Spirit Airlines is. Like, yo, Spirit ain't the way. Before the pandemic,
effect.
that's what gamers were using to kind of get around to tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
And people were having some shitty experiences. So,
I mean, you can't. What
I'll
kind of
pay for
experience
it.
do you want from a flight for 30 minutes?
you want to be safe? It's a fucking plane.
Oh, it's like a roller coaster.
You wanted
or
to have a
some shit?
seatbelt. You
Was it
don't
like
want
the
anybody
Airbnb?
sitting on your lap.
Huh?
You never been on a plane before?
Not
Yeah.
Spirit. I've never been on Spirit before. Does it feel like the Cyclone at Six Flags? Is it? Do you need a helmet to ride Spirit? Or something?
Nah, it's not that. It's just like you might have somebody sitting in your lap. You might
real?
have, they might not have seatbelts.
Dude, you take a
Hey, a
risk.
seatbelt ain't gonna save you if
You
you're in
take
a
a
plane.
risk driving from here to your house or your
Yeah,
apartment.
I'm telling you,
Like
there's
getting in the car and
nothing
driving
more
on the
risky
road with
than
other
being on
people.
85 and 285.
Yeah.
Yo, check it.
So it's like, I don't know.
I got a story, bro.
Spirit is more safe than driving in Atlanta.
Last Saturday, which is crazy. Last Saturday, I was at the shout out to the other tech house. I was over there sparring with my boy Karan. Shout out to Yo Man.
Ro said 44 for a round trip on Spirit. He'll take his chances.
Yo.
And then bury him in Starburst if anything happens.
But Rel is fucking scared to go to work at Lenox Mall because they're shooting every day. So just shut the fuck up, Rel. Anyway,
Rel be in them streets now.
yo, he ain't in the streets. He at work, which is the streets in Atlanta.
Hey, Rel, you better be up here today, man. I got that.
He'll be up
got
here.
the bottle
He'll
for
be up
you,
here
dog.
today. He's got to empty the dishwasher or some weak ass shit like that.
He should be done doing his taxes.
But anyway, I was on fucking. I left the Tekken house at maybe about 1,
Dishwasher.
and there was a wreck on 285, like right in front of me. I fucking was on the highway for 3 hours. I had to sleep in my car. That shit was terrible, bro. And I was like 10 minutes away from home.
Oh yeah, that's just
That's
trash.
Atlanta,
No,
bro.
when you're right about to be home, that's the worst part.
I
ever,
was at-
'cause you're like, bitch, I'm right here. Just
Then I was right by the Powers Ferry exit. All I had to do was get over and get off.
take that back road, take Roswell
They
or
had
some
everything
shit.
blocked off. I think there was like 2 fatalities or some shit. Man, it was crazy. This was last Saturday night.
Oh.
And and I got a couple. I said, Karan, he ended up beating me. I was salty as shit. But I was like, Karan, let me get one more. Let me get one more. And I was like, man, if I hadn't got those 2 last games, I might have either been in the wreck or very close to it. Because I was right there. So I was thinking about that. I was like, man, Atlanta.
You ever think
roads are
about
pretty
shit like,
dangerous.
damn, if I
All
hadn't
the
played
time,
that
bro.
extra game, I probably would have got hit.
Yo, all the time. That's why I kind of go about like the way I do, because I've had so many near-death experiences, or so many times.
all hang out, bro. You just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and live my life.
That's why I do it. The way I do it. That's why I don't give a fuck what people say about me or whatever.
Nobody cares that.
But at the same time,
that you work at Swinging Richards and Chippendales and BJ Roosters, man.
that is definitely your career path, and I'm not talking about that. Why you keep talking about BJ Roosters? Have you been?
That's your favorite spot.
I don't know anything about. I've never even heard of that place.
They got his picture up there, dog.
I've never heard of BJ Roosters. It's somewhere. Him and Logan obviously like to hang out there. If you know about BJ Roosters, put your eggplants in the chat. Yeah. Anyway, but I want to talk about something. You can go on Jonan all day because we gotta wrap it up. We talk about the freak. We ain't talked about the freak Nick. Damn. We got a tournament coming up, but we're gonna get on that. We'll talk about that because I'm gonna run it.
Fruit snacks? I know you can do that.
I'm good. I'm eating some pistachio. I gotta get my
always
bacon
put
three.
nuts in your mouth. I got you.
Always Dez nuts.
That's nuts.
That's what we were talking about the Dez nuts joke in the chat one day, and then Elliot put it in the Dez nuts. So I was like, that's hilarious. I hadn't heard that shit 80 million times for all of my life. Fucking dork. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yo, what if your name was actually D's?
It wouldn't faze me, baby.
D's Rick.
It's hilarious because, not hilarious, but it makes me feel a certain type of way because you know not how many, but you know what it's like to hear a woman moan that name? It's amazing.
What, D's?
D's, Dez, whatever they want to call me. In pure ecstasy? You hear that? They've never had that. They're looking for robots to fucking.
When they moan, do they have a deep voice?
It might.
Does
It
their Adam's apple like
sound
vibrate?
sultry. Yo, listen, like I was telling Neato, it's gonna be love from the other side. I'm an attractive man.
You, that boy Shiro in the chat with the
What's
Dez
up, Shiro?
icons.
Yo, it's good. What's poppin'? But listen, I want to talk about.
Hey,
I want to
appreciate
talk
them-
about why we
appreciate
brought
them
you here.
drinks.
I want to talk about why we brought you here. Then we're gonna cover Freak Nick.
Dill God.
Dill guys in the chat.
Yeah, he put some Dill God emotes up in there.
Okay.
Dill God?
Yeah. So we wanna
I'm Dill God's number one fan.
Dilly God.
Me
Thornton.
too. Me too. Me too. I like him. We gotta reach a understanding.
Yeah, he said that he's had a bad last
Yeah,
few weeks.
he's
here,
having a
so
rough time. Yeah, he's having a rough time. That happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I just told him, take a break.
Just take a
Play
break,
something else,
yeah.
Do whatever.
Yeah, I try not to.
But Chloe's working for him. I think.
Chloe is
I think
working
it's a
for
good
him.
choice.
I think he's gonna have a lot of success. He's very skilled.
Just
So
needs to
we-
use more moves.
Yeah, he's gonna learn. He's a smart
He
player.
can't be
Bro.
too hard on himself. He just started using her in tournament. Like, you can't expect you to go make like top
I
four.
don't
and
know,
shit.
but I'm just saying,
It's instant gratification, man. People want to win immediately, especially when they're really smart people and they've
a
had
process,
success
dog.
outside. It's a process. They've had success outside of this. They want the same success, so that's totally valid, right? But I want to talk about this older players versus younger players type of thing.
how did I know we were going to talk about
We
that?
got to. You're the
We set you
ambassador.
up, dog. We called you in here just
We
for
set
this.
you up, but it's not gonna be in this. It's not gonna be in this fashion to where it's gonna be like bashing. I seriously want to have like some honest dialogue about this because I tell Greg this to a certain extent due to what? Oh, he tried to twerk for you just then. That was crazy. That was clapping them cheeks out there. Chill out, Freak Nick. But I think that I was telling Greg that certain aspects of the competition, because it's just competition, right? You guys are good. You guys want to be good. You guys want to be looked at as good and very like key contributors in our community. And to the older players, you are. But there's this like disconnect that happens And I just want to find out why. Like, what can we do to keep that from happening? Is there something we can do? Because there's
Why
certain.
you guys disrespect your elders?
Stop it. Stop it. We're gonna get
Well,
to
I'm
that. Stop it.
instigating,
You gotta, because you always put him in the salt and then he'll get derailed, and you guys do that shit to each other. I need a clean take from him right now.
And you just get real, but go ahead.
Listen, whoa. What? What are you laughing at?
Just this dude.
He's a wild. He's a wild guy. I love him. That's why we doing this podcast. People have to see him. He's amazing, bro. So with that said, is there anything that we can do? Because I told Greg that there's certain aspects of this competition that are becoming toxic and that are becoming racial. I'm just going to be honest about it. And that are also becoming very like counterproductive to what we do as a community, and that's being good. So is there something we can do? Is there something we can kind of figure out? Or is there something like that you guys want from us that we can get from you? Or even me in percent, like, is there something I can start saying or not saying so that this can kind of chill out? What's up, boy? My boy Big Jump in the house. Or just talk about your perspective. I know it's a tender topic.
I don't really like. I think the main thing that would help the newer players like connect with the older players just in any way is just for them to come out, but they can't because they're
They're old.
they got their old they got stuff to do.
It's gonna happen.
Old, yeah, and that's no one's fault. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
just-
like I'm not. I mean, I'm not mad that Clint has only come out once in the past
I do agree with that. That's one thing I noticed. Like
it was cool to see him, but like I understand that he's got his own stuff going on, and Big Boy can't come out anymore, and Mike is working, so he can't come out. Like I really I love when they do come out, and it's cool to see them, everyone play. But yeah, I feel like I don't. Everyone talks about Big Boy, how good Big Boy is, and how good Drum Effects is, and how good Clint was, or whatever. But I don't even know who these people are because they don't come out. So how can I not respect, but like. I understand you guys talk nice or talk them up all the time, so I'm like, okay, they have to be good, but I've never even seen them. It's like you guys talking about some entity that I'm never going to see and never have seen, and I don't know who they are.
Okay, so
I get what you're saying. It's kind of like a god or something.
Must
You're like
be-
it's like a religion. Like how can you have to choose to believe in it or
Yeah,
I see what
it's
you're saying. It's like
I need to see evidence of them coming. It's not like I don't believe you. I mean, of course I believe you that they're good because you've been around way longer than I have, but I need to see it, or I needed to.
Totally
I need to prove me. Come here and beat me up so I can,
so you can see what it is.
Really good.
But that's not what this is. It's like that. What you're saying that has nothing to do with how I feel about you. I think you're a great player because I hold McJump in a great light. That doesn't shit on you.
I'm not saying I think less of them or don't. It's just that I don't know.
They want you guys
I don't
around.
know what to think of them.
No, he's saying that would help.
Like I don't know what to think of them.
Okay, but that doesn't have anything to do. What does that have to do with you guys not liking us?
I don't like you.
No, I'm saying I'm not saying you.
He got confused.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying like, why is that? There's a you telling me that there's a disconnect because I hold Clint in a high regard, but I don't hold you in a high regard. Is that I don't understand? Like I'm trying to figure out where this.
Owen 2 said he would like to play more of the old heads.
Yeah, that's valid.
I can't. I mean, I don't.
Where does the resentment and where's the ill will come from? Not for you. The overall, like, what can we do to keep it from being a personal thing? Because it's becoming personal. So I'll give you an example. If Clint can't come out and people are like, "Fuck Clint, he's trash. I'm tired of hearing about him. Hero's the best Bear player," right? That's totally valid because Hero's out here battling. But if Clint had a personal tragedy and he's struggling with things. That's a part of life. That's just we're just trying to lift him up because we're remembering like who he used to be, and it would be good to have him around. We're just kind of reflecting on what it used to be. That's nothing against Hero. Yeah. We would love for Clint to be around so Hero can learn from him, and we're trying to work on Clint coming out. But that doesn't have anything to do with how I view Hero or you or Richie. I don't understand. I'm just trying to figure it out. And I'm not coming down on you. I'm just really, you're one of the more level-headed players that I like and that can actually talk about things without fucking opening up your butt cheeks and let your emotions come out. So I talk to you. I tend to talk to you more, and I just want answers for this because it's becoming really like ridiculous.
By the way, ATL Red just confirmed for the Freak Night. So.
What's up, Red? Is he here? Is he there?
No, he's messaging me on Facebook.
Red. Pirelli, that's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
Okay.
Like that's totally like a legitimate response to us.
What up, boss? You butt juice?
He's got real life stuff going on. I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, you're not mad about that.
I can't speak for everyone.
True.
But from what I've heard, it just feels like the old school players seem to be like, oh, these people are good, and you guys are not as good as them because Clint's won, 9 fun rounds or whatever. I feel like the newer school players feel like they're being put down because they're constantly being compared to other people that are better.
That's valid. That's totally valid.
But I don't feel this way.
No, I know you don't because you're good.
Real,
You're
real.
actually good.
Also, it's like
What's the original? Real wants to know what the original question is. I think Des asked him what's the disconnect and like what's the resist.
What's the disconnect between the older players and the younger players? Because things are brewing that aren't really sitting well with a lot of us.
Yeah.
And I want to get this addressed so that we can move forward. Not only that we move forward, so that we can learn from each other, because these are the kind of conversations that we have. You have to have good ambassadors for both parties, which brings me to my next point. There are older players like Ricky, who don't have the best perspective all the time, who do dump on you guys constantly, and then beat y'all ass. It doesn't make it a good, like feeling. But he doesn't represent how I feel. He's just in my clique, so he's speaking. And you guys think I feel that way. I don't feel the way Ricky feels. I agree with him to a certain extent, but he's my boy and he beat y'all ass, so I'm gonna cheer for him. Especially when people are talking about what we stand for, whatever. He's going to be our representative and we're going to go from there. But there's not like any ill will towards like people's like person. I think that's what it's becoming. It's like it's becoming something very ugly and stupid, and somebody's going to get fucked up. I'm just being honest with you, because it's just going in that direction, and it can't, because we love each other and we're kind of trying to galvanize. But you're a great ambassador, so I just wanted to ask you. I also wanted to ask you this, like, since you know it's a thing, because people try to act like it's not a thing when it is a thing, I want to tell you something too, because we kind of talked about, we had a personal conversation, and I know people do feel a certain way about me and they're talking and different things like that. That's totally acceptable, and I'm totally like aware that I generate a certain energy, so I'm taking whatever comes with it. But I want you and you don't ever feel responsible with me being your friend that you have to take up for me. That's my battle. Just be friends to them. Whatever they say, just agree with them or not. I don't hold y'all responsible for that. Don't be like, oh, Dez is this. Nah, don't do that. Do what you do and be a friend to them, because what you eat don't make me shit and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta, you have an allegiance to your players and the younger players to be who you are for them, and they need you to ride for them. So don't worry about that. But with that said, where do you feel about your place within the younger players as being one of the more prominent ones that has promise? Do you feel like that's like, I feel like that's a lot of pressure for you sometimes and you don't like it. Is that it?
What's up, James?
Having that responsibility? What's up, man?
You're doing a podcast, huh?
I don't know. At least I don't know how. I don't know. I feel like at least because we're all like really not really close, but we're like
You guys are good. You guys are cool.
We have a Discord server, so we like we talk like every day, all the time. So I feel pretty close with all of them. I don't really feel pressure from them, honestly.
Okay.
I feel like the person I feel the most pressure from to do well is you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no one else like gets on me about like doing well or like anything more than you do.
Yeah.
So I really don't feel pressure, honestly.
That's good.
Maybe a good or bad thing. I don't
No,
know.
that's great.
I feel
It
like
ain't no pressure. Don't feel no pressure.
because
Not as far as play, not as far as gameplay. I mean, ambassador, like being friends with this person, then being friends with him, being accepted by Anakin, but then having to play against these people who don't like him. Like, I'm talking about that, because that's what me and Mike and we not Ricky so much, but we had to grow up in like.
Oh, that's my boy James from the Atlanta Run Club.
Okay. Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Why did you introduce me to him? The shoes are dope. Now we'll get back to it. We on this. We'll get back to it. Don't worry about it. Okay. As long as I've seen him, I know him. That dude's a dude. Shout out. He's super dope. Shout out to James with the Atlanta Run Club. We'll get to him another time. We gotta have him on to talk. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Damn, where was I, Logan? Either way, I think highly of you as a player, so I need you to get good. So, okay, what were you about to say?
No, I forgot what you were gonna say, but I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
You said that I have to be not as a player, like that I'm an ambassador.
Yeah.
I feel like it's funny that you say that because I've been like that almost my whole life
Yeah.
because of my race.
Most of us have.
Because when I was growing up in high school and like just as a kid, I was friends with all the black kids. I was friends with all the white kids. I was friends with all the every other race. Like I was friends with all of them. Not like super close with anyone, but I was good friends with everyone, and I could talk to anyone.
Anybody.
I
You can relate.
I didn't have to change who I was depending on who I was around. I could
Exactly.
see myself around all of them.
That's
I mean, maybe
dope.
I just chose good friends
Yeah.
because I'm sure there are people that I couldn't be like that around. But
True.
yeah, I was like, I guess, ambassador for my whole life
Yeah.
for different groups of people, and I guess the old school and new school players are like that too.
So this is what it is. You are the ambassador now, whether you want to or not. And I think that just talking about you personally, I don't want that to hinder your growth as a player. And I think that you can't even get good games in. You can't even really just have concentrated sessions because people are just coming with all this bullshit. That's trash. And I don't want you to be around it. That's why I get on you and talk a certain way, because it shouldn't be about this and that. He should be able to just learn and grow and be a good player. Richie should just be able to learn and grow and be a good player. And whether he learns it from Clint or whether he learns it from Toasty, it should be available. And it's becoming like, don't learn from Clint, only learn from Toasty. And I'm like, yo, you can't learn shit from Toasty. But how to fucking leave and get a pizza for 2 hours? You know what I'm saying? It's not about
Yeah,
like,
that's the funniest shit
it's
ever.
not about Toasty being a bad player, because he's not a bad player. It's like, what does each school of thought have to offer? Toasty's got shit to offer, but we do too.
Yeah.
And don't cheat him out of that, because don't cheat Logan, the one of the ones that's going to be our ambassador. Don't make him subscribe to your scrub mentality because you can't talk to Dez. Oh, don't be friends with Dez because he's a part of them and we want you over here. And then he's conflicted. That makes our young players that show promise, or just the good players overall that have promise, that makes them conflicted, and they have to do. It's just too much. That's just too much. They should be just getting better and getting busy and competing. I think.
Am I responsible for making them like not think that way?
No, that's what I'm telling you.
Because I
No.
feel like when people come
Not
to me-
directly.
when people come to me with an attitude like that, I just like, you know, just nod in agreement and go, okay, whatever, think
Yeah,
that way.
just
I
give them
I
what
don't
they want.
disagree, or I don't like even comment
Just
on
be
it. I'm
neutral.
like, okay.
Yeah, you don't owe them anything.
Should I not? Like, should I tell them like you need to, you know, like we're trying to be a family here, you need to like.
No, they have to figure it out on their own. There's certain things that I learned. I'll get real on this shit for a minute. It's like there was certain things that my mom always told me, and I'd be like, yeah. Okay. She be, you know what I'm saying? I used to be wilding pretty hard. I was pretty wild. Still pretty wild. You can imagine me as a son. I drove my mom crazy.
Look at Panther in here trying to. So, Boss Juice said.
Hold on, no. Stop. Don't say nothing.
But I gotta because it's in relation to what we're talking about. So, Boss Juice just asked, "Where's this stemming from?" And then Panther's response is, "It's stemming from them getting their butt whipped."
Okay, see, that type of shit. So see, you see, that type of thing that McPanther said, it comes from you guys treating McPanther like shit, not you. So now he's looking for a side. So now instead of him saying and being diplomatic and saying something constructive, he says something stupid. He makes them feel like that we're beating their ass, or that, and then it's a constant back and forth. It's this ego shit. It's got to stop. Not just because it's toxic. It's because the wrong people are saying it. The people that are saying it and pushing these narratives, they ain't even good. Who gives a fuck what McPanther got to say about Tekken? He got to shut the fuck up and carry the cords. Like, don't say shit about Neato not having the right mind state. He needs to do this and that. Neato's an excellent player. If you get games against him, ask him, learn. Don't get into a stream and criticize him. You're cutting your source off to be good. So that's what they're doing by doing that. So with all that said, my mom would tell me certain things, and then I would listen because that's my mom, and I'm genetically tied to her. But when she died, I'm like, fuck, she was right about everything.
Yeah.
They need to experience the community when the tournaments start up, Freaknik starts up to where we're out of town and we have no choice but to rely on each other. Then they'll get the totality and how good it is to be friends with Dez. Because you're getting your ass whooped by so-and-so. I remember, I'll tell you a little story, and Logan can vouch for this. This was ABO. Logan was playing some lead player. She was a girl, and she was pretty solid.
Well, which ABO was it? The ABO here or the ABO
The
downtown?
second ABO at Red Bull. Who was it?
Negan. She played Negan.
She played Negan and Lee. She played Lee the first time. Yeah, she played Lee.
I remember it was on an infinite stage.
It was on the infinite stage, and you were down a game, weren't you?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you didn't get down a game?
I'm sure.
You were not playing very well.
I wasn't really.
No, and I came over and talked to you.
She got rounds on me, but I don't.
She
think
got
I was-
rounds. I had to have a talk with you, not like, hey, you about to get your ass will straighten up. It was just that I just ran over and be like, yo, you good? He didn't even know I was around watching him. I was like, yo, you good?
Oh, yeah.
Beat her ass.
Yeah.
That's where my value comes. It doesn't come from me being on commentary and saying something about your friend that you don't like because you want him to win and he's not going to win. It comes from us being tough on each other, and then when we get out in front of everybody else, we're Spartans, and they got to go through 30 of us before they even get to you. You know what I mean? So it's about a bunch of different things that they have to figure out that you can't tell them. Even if you told them, they wouldn't realize the value in it until later. So you let them realize the value of the battlefield. But I just want to know, to be honest, like what I can do to make this better, man, because it's like stupid. Or you don't really, there's nothing I can do?
I don't.
Okay.
I mean,
You don't care?
No, it's not that I don't care. I mean, I do care. I want everyone to be good at the game and have fun and be family and bring each other up and everything. But
I feel like a lot of the older guys.
it's
For me, the one thing I think what I've seen from being here is, and I don't know for sure if this is the case or not because I don't know exactly how people were before this, but like I've seen a lot of people when I first started doing this, people were coming that seemed to only know each other from tournaments. I noticed like guys didn't have each other's phone numbers and shit. And I feel like, and I'm not only talking about tech, I'm just talking about like people in general.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen people actually become real friends and shit. Like I see people hanging out now.
Absolutely.
And I don't think a lot of people were actually doing that before coming here. And a lot of the people that haven't come here yet are majority just the old heads. So I feel like if we could actually get them to come in and like, I don't know, maybe just like being here and just everybody being in the same room and like being in the atmosphere together.
It would help relations.
It would help. Yeah, it would definitely help because
certain
people have a
people.
good vibe and shit. Yeah.
With certain people, but certain people are gonna feel a certain way regardless because they feel a certain way about themselves. That's what I'm saying. There's no, like everything Neato was saying is like, it's true to him. I know that he would develop a different perspective if he seen drum effects and he played them. He'd be like, oh, I respect, because he respects intellect. He respects good gameplay. He respects people's personality because he's a good cat.
Yeah.
It's some other people who aren't, who don't have that figured out. Yeah, I'm not going to say they're not good people. They don't have that portion that you came out of the womb with. They don't have that figured out. They don't have the shit you got figured out already, and they're trying to figure it out. So even if they came in contact with drum effects, they would just write him off.
yeah.
That they didn't know the matchup, or that he's mashing buttons, or that I need more games, or that Des was talking too loud when I was trying to play. Instead of really realizing that, yo, why don't I become friends with Drum Effects and get his number and let's play on Steam every week so I can know this matchup and I can become a better player.
Yeah.
It's a different time, bro. The arcade definitely helps connect all of us, but the competition is brewing and competition brings out the nastiness in people and it's growing.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's concerning. It isn't anything that we can't overcome. It isn't anything I'm scared of because I ain't scared of shit. That's just me. But none of the OGs are scared of anything. It's just I want the best for the community.
Yeah.
I know we get further by being together versus like being in sections. So if there's anything that I can do, all the young players that are watching, or even you, Logan, if it's something I'm doing or doing too much of, like, yo, Dez, you need to chill, you wild, and I'll be like, fuck you. But I'll go back home and think about that shit. I'll tell my girl, yeah, they said I was wilding. She's like, yeah, you kind of need to tone it down. I'll do it. I'll think about it. But we got to come to the table with something because this is, I can see it, man. I can see it, I can feel it, and I hear it. And everybody does.
Yeah,
I thought it was just me, but it's not.
I think the resent comes from like kind of like we were saying, like
This resent.
just not being. It's
Not
it's
being
like
available.
you around and Chop is always gonna be here because Chop, is pretty much like damn near like running the show with me on Wednesdays.
Yeah, he is.
So like Chop's always gonna be here, and they see how good Chop is. Chop's always beating them.
Chop
They
is trash.
feel like they can beat Chop though.
They can't.
Because
and
people
he's
feel
not
like they
good.
can beat him, but then they hear about these guys that you and Chop are always talking about, and like how y'all are always popping off like old man checking and stuff like that.
I like that shit.
But
I don't
then
even
it's-
like that shit, but I just do it.
But if I'm
because
a
it's
younger
annoying.
player, which I am, but I mean, if I'm quote unquote, I don't consider myself like the new school class. I'm like the class beneath it.
And we're gonna talk about that.
I'm
too.
like the 2020 guys.
Yeah.
So like me, Pharaoh, and all them.
Yeah.
But I feel like the KSU era kids, and shit,
2017ers.
the 2017ers. I feel like the resentment comes from you guys always talking about how good the OGs are, but they're never around. So like,
No, they don't think they're good at all.
who?
So they don't think the OG players are good. People are just.
Well, I think they feel like that because you guys are never around.
That's valid. That's competition. You don't
So I
want to
mean,
hear
they
about
probably just get tired of hearing them. They're like,
do.
well, where are these guys?
They
You
do.
know what I'm saying?
it. Yeah. That's
So
a big
they're probably
concern.
just tired of hearing about it, and they're like, all right, I'm getting fuck this shit. Stop talking about these dudes. Y'all suck because y'all never hear shit like that. I feel like that's probably where they get that mindset
That's
from.
part of it.
Now me and dudes like Pharaoh and like Johnny and like the super new to
You,
competing
Pharaoh,
guys.
Johnny, Maxter,
Yeah, like
Sisu.
Blitz and shit.
Sisu? I thought he was a 17. He's not 17.
Nah, I don't consider him one. This new wave that's like 2020.
Yeah.
All of them are solid. They just want to learn. They don't care who.
Yeah,
they
we'll
learn
listen to
from.
anybody.
They'll listen to
You
anybody.
guys are,
Yeah, listen, you guys
Yeah, you
listen
guys
to
are
OGs
good.
like 'cause-
You guys are good.
Yeah.
and you got this resource of being here. That's
Yep. That's a huge.
But I know eventually a time is gonna come where like the old school players are gonna get here eventually. It's only a matter of time. Like Dez start coming more consistently and shit. Chop's always here. Yeah, like every now and then, Big Boy will be able to come up here. Like it's super rare when he does. Like Mike's around and shit sometimes. So like I know a day is gonna come where eventually like my goal is just that. Like I was told Anakin was never gonna come here.
Yeah.
Like when I first asked somebody like, "Yo, man, do you know Anakin? Like, can we get Speed Kicks?" I was told Speed Kicks would never come here.
Yeah.
And all it takes is reaching out and asking people. So I hit up Anakin. That's how we met. I hit him up on Twitter one time. I was like, "Yo, man, what's up? When you trying to come to 404, man? I'm Greg. Blah blah blah." He was like, "I'll be there eventually." So like the person that told me he was never gonna come, I was like, "Oh, I don't know." It cost me and shit. But it's just like stuff like that. It's like people cause. I was told all this bad stuff about Anakin for no reason whatsoever, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just ask him then." And then he came through. Anakin's like one of the best dudes you could possibly know in the community.
Yeah,
and like
sure. He asks us all the time about, we going to 4-4 tonight? He's going to come to 4-4 tonight because he wants to come out.
Yeah.
He hasn't in a while, but yeah, he also is like really good about helping new school players. He's helped all of us.
Yeah, he helps
helped me a
everybody.
bunch whenever-
because it doesn't work, man. I got a new one in the mail coming. Yeah, because Anakin's all about the betterment of Atlanta shit. So if he could teach he don't care if you're a 6-year-old on the block or like you're the oldest player. He's gonna help you if you ask.
I remember I think you were playing him on that setup over there, 1-4-4, like months ago when you first started playing the game, when he was playing like Heihachi or some character, and he was doing like the same move over and over and over again to you, and you like didn't understand how to like duck and punish. We were trying to explain, you have to duck, and then when you're coming up pressing, it was like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Yeah, Anakin. I don't know. Yeah, he's. I'm really glad we have him around. We're lucky. And then also, I feel like if what Des is saying about the school thought, if the other new school players come out more, then they'll give their input too. Because Anakin's method of teaching is obviously different than Clint's or Drum Effects or whoever's else.
Yeah. Yo, Dilbo, you trying to get in on this podcast?
Oh, is there a podcast going on?
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. Let me take your temperature and stuff real quick, and then
No.
So where did we leave off? Where we at? Where we at now?
No, I was just telling him like how I met Anakin and like how Anakin's like one of the best dudes. But I was told so much negative things about him from people that don't actually know him like
Exactly.
that. I ain't dropping names. I don't get names or anything like that. But like people like, oh, Anakin's too big for the local scene. He's not coming. He's not. Speed Kicks is too big for the local. Speed Kicks used to come up here with Jeremiah Walker. Anakin was coming up here. Yeah. If you give him something to invest in, they're gonna invest in it.
Not just that. They want to play Tekken. People just want to be where the games are. What the hell are y'all doing? Okay.
Your damn car.
Yo, hey, Dilbot, you better be lucky, man. He usually uses that rectal thermometer like he used on Logan. But check it.
But he's. I was talking about.
You like that? Oh, I got a chuckle. That's all I need.
I was telling Neato, like,
that's all I need is one chuckle.
A day's gonna come when all the OGs are eventually gonna be coming up here, and like everybody, it's gonna come eventually.
Probably not.
You don't think so?
Nah, because they got the thing is like, okay, it's a couple of things with the OGs and why they don't show up outside of just being lazy fuck.
I'm not saying they're gonna be up here all the time, but there's gonna be a day where like Ninja Turtle just come up here randomly sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, it's that's how it is. It's like when you get old. Everything's gonna be random. Your wife has to let you out. Somebody's got to watch the dog. There's gonna be random spots. We just got to keep the arcade open.
But yeah, what I'm saying is, I'll take random over never.
Exactly. So with that said, the thing that you kind of hope for, it's like it's a hard task to pull off. This city's very big. There's a lot of players. There's a lot of players that I forget to mention. So if we can get them into the fold, then great, cool. But overall, if the mind state doesn't change, it doesn't matter. They're not gonna want to come around anyway. If Anakin can't go out and just have fun and chill without people judging him or thinking that he's too good or this and that, then
or like asking for his autograph.
Or asking, that shit gets that. Don't even talk about that, bro. That's gonna start happening to both of you guys too.
It better not.
Nobody give a fuck about
not just autographs, but just different things. People are just gonna they see us on a worldwide platform and they're gonna
fucking emote right now. By the way,
this man got an emote.
Yeah, Dilbo got the emote, dog.
That blows your mind, right? So if this man has listen. So if he has an emote and we get 100 viewers just on Chop Stream a week. 100 people see that a week, and then it's gonna multiply, and then there's gonna be deal about emotes, and people are gonna come in here and they're like, "There's an emote about you." That's just gonna come with what we bring to the fold. So with that said,
you go like the Masters, people are gonna see Dilbo because you stand out, so people are gonna recognize the hair and shit. They're like, "Oh shit, you're Dilbo."
That's Dilbo.
Yeah.
When he travels,
definitely stand out.
Exactly.
People
So that's the
pictures of you
beauty
and
of our community. When you guys go somewhere else, you're gonna be able to wave the banner. And just off you waving the banner or being Dill Bob or being Neato's Revenge, people are gonna be scared shitless. And that's what we generate. So with that said, I'll get back to that. You see how Speed and Anakin, they can't come around and play games because somebody gets 1 or 2 games on their third character and then fucking running to Twitter and the Discord about it.
Anakin's trashy.
Yeah, or Anakin's trash, or BM.
But though Anakin don't even compete with a fight stick.
Well,
I don't know why people.
It's not just about that. It's like
Even better.
No, the fight stick, whatever he's playing, it's like, fuck all that. You're getting games against one of the best
That's what I'm
players
saying.
in the world.
He's up here trying to chill.
He's trying to chill, take away something.
Like, don't
that you
think
can
he's
learn.
up here like actually trying to beat your ass for real and shit. Like he's up here
If
hanging
he
out.
wanted to beat your ass,
He would perfect you every time.
Every time,
if
bro.
you need it.
So why not take something good away from that and let him be able to come around and function?
All right, bro,
so
you better
that some
go.
of that can rub off on us. Yeah. But the competition, I understand the competition aspect and people wanting to win. It clouds your judgment. It gets in the way of you just chilling and being cool. So that's why it's good to have moments like this to where I can talk to level-headed people like you, Dill, Bob, make jump, shit like that.
And shit, that goes back to what I was saying about people taking casuals like way too fucking serious.
You hate that, dog.
No, it's casuals, dog. Like who gives a fuck?
Greg, but what I'm saying is you got a name. You got a name. People are gonna want to compete and beat you. They have to.
No, I'm not gonna come. When I beat Neato in a bracket, then that'll be something to.
It ain't you. It's other people. You and him are secure in how good you are, how cool you are. People are just looking for.
I made that joke
to
about you
validate.
one time when I beat you with like your 50th character or some shit, and I told everybody I was like, "Yo, the only time I feel confident is." You got mad at. I don't think you realized I was joking, but I beat Neato like. I had
I was playing horror on stick.
Oh yeah,
on that side.
Yeah, he was playing on stick.
I've never played whatever.
And
Whatever
I
excuse
popped
had.
off on Twitter, but I was obviously just joking. And there's some people like that I was dead serious about it.
Well, look at what that does, right? Look at what you're doing. You're trying to get games in against him, with his character to kind of show him things. Also, you're trying to play on stick. Haran's very fun in that regard. And then it turns into something else, and you're like, man, I ain't playing Greg no more.
No,
That's how I feel. That's how Clint feels. That's how Anakin feels. You're like, man. So then you don't get any OG shit. Everybody's measuring themselves on a local that's for nothing against the pot and nothing against a local. It's $5, bro. It's
They're
like
wings.
I'm not really putting my all of my how I feel about myself as a Tekken player on a
like
tournament
$5,
that's every
$10.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Shaolin is finishing second. Like it's like, come on, man, I'm good. I'm good at who I am. I'm an old man. I want you guys to carry the torch, and then when you guys get my age, you're gonna not look back. You're gonna look at it like, damn, I should kind of be doing something else other than playing Tekken all the time. But this feels pretty good. I'll get it in when I can. So that's more or less what it is. It isn't really that people don't want to come out. It's that they can't, or they just don't see the merit in coming out, or people are just fucking dickheads.
Mike got those skinny jeans on.
Mike got his girlfriends on. Good. Okay, let me get it. I know
Yeah,
you got that.
What's up, Mike?
No, I got some nuts on my
You
head.
guys know my man?
No, that.
How you not gonna get the door for Iceman, dog? You can let all your shit break. Don't try to help now. But yeah, man, if we can get like the old players that, like all of them to come out at some point, not all at once, but just like, shit, I've been hearing so much about drum effects, man. I want to meet them and shit. If I feel like if I can get those guys to come just one time, like on a good night when there's people here, they're like, oh shit, this place is actually pretty cool. You can make time. There's people who here got families and shit. You could make time if you want to do something. So like I feel like if I could just get them in here that one initial time on like a Friday night or some shit, and they're like, damn, I should have been coming here a long ass time ago. Then they'll start making time to come up
They'll
here.
drink the juice.
Yeah.
It's
That's
hard,
all
but it's
fun,
just hard to get
yeah.
people out. So that's what we're doing the Freak Nick. So let's talk about Freak Nick a little. Oh, we got a point. Go ahead and bring
I
that
don't know
point
why I
up.
just thought of this. I might be completely wrong, but
And you are.
I feel like you guys, you and Chop and Mike and all the other, old school Tekken guys, you all in Shola, you guys talk about how you would go to the Tekken house. Well, the first time I went to the Tekken house, I thought I was pretty good at Tekken. I went over there and then Mike beat me up, or Pokeshop beat me up, and then he taught me all this, or whatever, and then that's how I got good at the game. This is what you guys are saying, not all of you.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys refer to, or keep talking about having like someone to teach you that was really good and was like able to bring you up, and you became friends that way. And then here, I feel like our two best players, or three best, I guess you, Chop, and like Shola, or like our three best. But Shola doesn't even compete, and Chop is over here. Chop doesn't really play casuals unless you go to his house, and then you're off doing whatever.
I'm
So I
random.
feel like we don't have someone to help bring us up like that. You keep talking about playing best fair player up, and he can end up. He helps me. Or he helped me become who I am right now.
Yeah.
But we don't have someone like that. We're all, I feel like, about the same level. I mean, some, with some variations, some people are better than others. But there's no one that's like clearly,
Like
like
moral
a select
veteran
few
shit.
that are clearly above everyone else that can help bring everyone else up. And maybe that's why they feel like, man, I really would like, why, you guys had that privilege. Why can't, why can't we have you guys come out and help?
So
us?
that's a
You know
great
what I mean?
point. Because you're exactly right.
We're trying to learn together, but we need like that extra boost that you had
Yeah.
to get really good. 'Cause we want to be good.
Because I was always looking for help, and I could never find somebody. I knew where I needed to go, but I didn't have like access to where I needed to go. How did I get the access? So what I did was I didn't do anything. I just became a cool dude, and Mike became my fucking friend. And he just happened to be good at Tekken. And Chop became my friend, and I hated losing to him, so I would go to Mike like, I hate losing to this motherfucker. We gonna beat him. And then me and Rich, we just got cool on a personal level. I moved here just to be friends and to learn about myself, and then it became that my friends happened to be some of the best Tekken players in the world. And then there was a ripple effect. But there were certain people that I did come in contact with that didn't necessarily want to teach me. I had to come in contact with Mike, and then he was like, okay, you're learning a certain way, I'm willing to teach you. I'm not gonna open myself up to teaching people who are talking shit about me or taking personal attacks at me. I don't want to teach them anything. I want to beat their ass because that's how I carry it. Whereas Mike is a more sensible person. Chop is, again, learning from Chop. You're not gonna learn from Chop in the sense of like he can teach you anything because he's not a very smart player in that regard. You're gonna have to learn from him by losing to him. He's only gonna play you for money. So you gotta be like, fuck, I need to learn, I need to beat his ass. Here's $20 just for the experience. That's how he operates. You have to understand how the learning machines operate, and you key in on them. But that's a very good point. As an ambassador or somebody that's around, and again, I don't ever put myself in the category like Mike and Ed or even Chop. I'm just kind of around and I'm random. I'm just a cool dude. I like to hang out. As an ambassador, I do have a responsibility to find the people that I do like and deal about and talk to them. The other ones, fuck them. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? The weak gotta die. They gotta go. I can't even have them when the Spartans come out. I need the best fighters on my side. I don't need the weak mentalities. If they develop a strong mentality along the way, cool, they can come along. But if they're constantly poking holes in what we're trying to do and having these toxic mentalities, they can't be a part of this. Not a part of what I do. They can go on their own faction and create whatever they want to create, and that's what they're doing. And they're going to lose. They'll never win. We have the best players. We have the best player, and we have the best players, and we have the best mind state, and we're true to Tekken. They'll never win. They'll never win. Never. Even if they have some success in tournaments, winning here and there, overall, they'll always be shit people and shit players. That's just how it works.
Abstract keeps talking about Tekken is 80% mental, 20% physical.
He's been saying that a lot. He said his wrestling coach said that.
Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah.
If they don't want to learn, then there's no point.
Right. If there's really no point.
Especially the personal attacks thing.
Especially I just focus on the people that are cool and want to learn, man. That's it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't get into that other stuff because it's like, what can I do, man? People learn at their own rate. They want to do what they want to do. I can't shit on that. They might not respect my opinion, or they might not respect me as a person. I don't personalize that. I don't take that personal. They may have to find their Neato to teach them, and that's cool. I just want them to learn, bro. I think a lot of us OGs, we really don't care like you guys think we care. I'm trying to figure out where the chronic at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to worry about, I'm like, yo, did I unload the dishwasher? My girl gonna kill me. I know I bring that up all the time, but I'm seriously thinking that I run the dishwasher last night. That's the type of thing I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about like certain things, but I'm also always thinking about Tekken and trying to calculate it and trying to figure out like, oh shit. I'm also thinking about why hasn't Mike's mustache really grown in like that, you know?
I was thinking about...
It's not gonna happen. He's just gonna keep drawing it on. He's gonna keep drawing his mustache on.
I went out to eat yesterday before I went to EP4 for here, last Friday, yesterday.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was eating, I was thinking of like Shaggy's house.
Listen, if I see a tournament, like when the tournaments where people were going out, and if I see some fucked up shit on the tournament, I'm like, oh, this is cheap.
Stealing it.
I'll steal it, of course. But I'll pick up the phone. I'll be like, Mike, are you watching this shit on this stream? And he'll be like, oh, I know about this. And we'll start talking about it on the stream. We'll start talking about it on the phone, watching the stream. We'll really break down Tekken. I don't say, yo, I beat you in that match, even though I drilled him the last time we played. I don't really focus on that. I'm just trying to really talk about Tekken and the culture of it. So it's going to take a while for people to mature and get to that point because they're such subpar players. They're trying to figure Tekken out. Then they're such subpar human beings in a lot of regards. They're trying to figure life out. So it usually goes hand in hand. And so when you become a better human being, you become a better teammate and all that shit. But we want to leave room for that. If people get punched in the face and thrown in jail, there's no room for that. We got to have it to where everybody can really get together and learn from each other. But go ahead, make your point, man.
I feel like people have more emphasis on winning than learning.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
That's
all.
what I'm talking about, dog.
Yeah.
Learning comes first.
People looking at Dan
Yeah.
Casuals like it's a fucking grand finals and damn the TWT Thailand last year or some shit.
That's girl mentality.
Yeah,
man.
dog, like stop trying to fucking win casuals. All
You gotta
learn.
let them sift through that mentality. You gotta let them go, and then they'll grow.
Being a scrub is a mentality, not a state of how good you are.
Facts.
Start telling that to
being
your
a
boys.
beginner
Start telling
is-
that to your people, dog. Cause
He's gonna learn it. That's what I try to tell him too. Just beat people's ass. They'll catch up later. Make them salty. Fuck them.
I don't think we mentioned this last week, but like I've been telling you and him, like Atlanta Tekken is like it's like season 1 of the original 150 Pokemon and shit. Like there's a trainer in every corner of Atlanta that'll teach you one certain thing if you need it about Tekken.
That's
like,
true.
I go to Des for cheap shit. I go to Neato to learn how to actually practice. I go to Zach just to learn how to fight. I could go to Mike to learn how to break throws.
Yep.
I could go to Chop to learn how to fucking chop just to learn how good you are and shit.
Yep.
Should I go to Knox
Measuring
to
tool.
learn defense and
Yep.
shit? Yeah.
That's perfect.
Fabo taught me movement. Fabo's got me like getting a little bit better at Korean backdash and sidestepping and shit. So like there's something that everybody can offer you, which is the cool thing about Atlanta Tekken is
Facts.
and like the OGs that are prominent and present, like a lot of scenes don't because you guys are established. Like going back to like Anakin Speed Kicks and shit. Like Speed Kicks will talk to me on Twitter sometimes.
Yeah.
Prophet and guys like them.
Yeah.
Going back to them, it's like they never got. I know a lot of scenes deal with this, where like their big time players get too big for the community, and they're untouchable. And
in
they're
other
never around.
communities, big players, they don't even
They don't give a fuck.
see them.
Yeah.
Now they don't give a fuck. They don't even like Bronson and Naps. They don't even come out. They
Yeah.
just go in the house and they play on their own. They don't let any.
Right.
When I went to Seattle, I told Anakin, I was like, "Yo, hook me up with somebody out there to play." He said, "You can play James, Just Frame James. Shout out to Just Frame James." He said, "But he charges for people to come to his house." I said, "Fuck that shit." But no, that's totally valid. Just Frame James is a elite player. Just Frame James is insane. And if people are gonna come over there and talk shit about beating them in the first of 3, they need to pay
might as
$20.
well pay, right? But that's one thing that we're blessed.
Fuck
that-
up his toilet.
That's
$20.
one,
That
that's
makes
one
it
thing
easier.
that we're blessed though is like we don't have to deal with that. Like if you want to hit up Mike, there's a 90%
That's what I'm
chance he's gonna be
saying. We have an
available.
arcade. You got Mike. So don't talk shit about Mike and Ice.
Yeah.
You can go to their games. You can go to their house and get games for free.
Right.
Of course, with the exception of COVID, and we got to move a certain way. So don't like. That's what I'm saying. It's just insane and it's kind of annoying. So I handle things a certain way. But with that said, we're going to work it out. We'll have tons of conversations like this. And like I said, if there's anything that you think I need to do or you think we can do, let me know. And then that sharing that
Who
mentality.
the side effects another one of my guys.
I fuck with
I
this
feel like
dog.
he's in the same class as me.
Yeah, he is. He's another good one. Due to the mind state, that you have, Greg, if you communicate that, like it's just schools of thought. I go to Neato if I want to learn like about the life bar and how to really have a good match and be solid. I go to Mike if I want to learn about throws. I go to Chop if I want to work on my neutral. If you look at it that way, it's not all that other shit, man. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's a lot of conversations we got to have. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for talking about that. Not taking everything I say personal. I am hard on you. That's because I expect greatness out of you. And I think you're the one,
I
bro.
feel like I need that.
Yeah, you need it. You need it. You're a lazy fuck like Mike and everybody else. You're a lazy fuck. And we all have to motivate each other in different ways. But if I do get out of line, I apologize like I do when it gets too crazy. But
Let me circle that into this Freaknik real quick.
okay, talk about the
Before I gotta
free
go
again. I gotta dip. I gotta do some things. I'll be back in a minute.
I just cover. So I started sending out invites yesterday or the day before. So we got some guys from Atlanta that are going to be in it so far that we haven't seen in a while, and then we got some people from Tennessee coming down. We got a North Carolina guy coming for sure. So right now it's at 21. It's an invitational, $1,000 prize pool, free entry, open bar, live DJ.
Why are you whispering this shit?
I'm whispering. So I gotta yell. The microphone's right here.
Can I hear you?
Yeah, man, the microphone's right
Oh,
here.
it's right in your face. Like
Come
you
on,
like it, dangling. Phallic things, Greg's always gonna have them. You know what I'm saying? Around his mouth.
Nito's not impressed with that joke.
Nito's, he'll get it. He'll get it later. He's concentrating on something.
You'll get it later too, Dad. I know you better go home and get it.
Whoa, no, I gotta make
boy.
some moves.
Can you see me on this camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Mike finna.
Hold on,
he's finna roast.
Introduce
Yeah,
him
let's go
first,
ahead.
because he's always on some.
We got Magic
You
Mike.
need to come on, deal, bro.
Oh boy.
Magic Mike
I need
ATL.
y'all to see all this. Can you do this? I just need you to do this with your hair.
With my hair? No, I'm
Yeah,
okay
and
with
then you just do the same thing. Everybody can do this except for Dave.
Listen, baby, check it out.
I can't do it either, dog.
I had a good run. I had a good run. I ain't tripping on that.
You just
But-
shaved it too, didn't you?
Yeah, I always look sexy. But if you look at Mike, his
You
hair.
got pubic hair.
His hair is growing down his back. It's gonna connect to the
Like a
to the
zebra.
butt hair.
You got that silver. There's a silverback.
It's a silverback.
A Mustang. Stallion.
Then,
You make the style.
then he's got Cade's pants on. They look great on him. So we can go from there. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, talk about the Freaknik. We got the Freaknik coming up.
All right, so yeah, let's go.
You can never go toe to toe with me. I'm the greatest.
Let's see some.
I bet you won't pick up no controller today, so you get fucked up.
Yeah, it's a little regional invitational, free entry open
No, you
bar.
won't.
We're gonna do top 8 payout, TWT.
Top 8
rules.
payout hoes.
I got the direction on there because I know everybody's,
Stupid. They can't ever
blind,
find the
deaf, and
shop.
dumb can't find the shop, so
Idiots.
I'll just put the address on there.
You couldn't?
The very first time I could.
You could?
He said he
It,
couldn't.
it took me a second. I mean, I did eventually after like a few minutes, but I didn't
No,
know.
there's people that literally drive around and then they'll go home and then they'll message me on Twitter. Oh, I got to the plaza, but I couldn't find it, so I just went home. I'm like, are you an idiot? Why wouldn't you just fucking call the shop?
Why wouldn't you just ask somebody else in the plaza where you are or some shit?
Because people are
There's a
stupid, though.
sign. But
People are idiots.
Let me talk about Freaknik.
We got the plat. We're gonna have medals, first and third guaranteed. I might do first through 8. I don't know, because I'm gonna pay out top 8. Maybe I should have medals for top 8. But I don't know. If you want to know who's in it, you can't sign up. It's invitational only. So I took the registration down, but you can always check out Freaknik on Smash ED. ATL Red just confirmed. Hands on site. We talk.
Don't tell the names.
Don't tell them. All right. I'll tell them, man. They can look it up anyway. It's already on Smash GG. They're gonna find out anyway.
Man, you tell me to spoil it.
Who cares? Genghis Don, Clint the Beast. You gotta hype them up. Strungy's coming, Shinblade's coming, Big Monch's coming.
What's Beast Force gonna come?
Oh, I'm expecting a lot of people to. I'm gonna keep on sending reminders and stuff like every other week, just to be like, hey, don't forget, we got this going on. Cause that's my biggest fear is planning all this out, having Red Bulls help with it, and then 75% of people be like, oh, I can't come today. I'm like, oh, come on. So I'm gonna keep on being on everybody, make sure they're able to commit to it. But I think they'll come, man. It's May 1st. Geo, Abstract, Shinku, Brandometry, Mike, Shamir, Rel, Neato, ATL, Zach, Dez, 0-2, Chop, Shola, Knox, and I'm about to be inviting maybe about 20 more people on top of this. So there's some other big name players in the region that I'm trying to get to come down. I'm waiting to hear back from a few.
What about Anakin?
I'm talking to him. I sent him a message on Twitter and he messaged me back, and then I sent him some more info. So
Yeah.
I want to talk to Anakin about possibly doing it on his stream.
Okay.
If he doesn't want to compete at all, but he might compete in it. Because it's kind of like a defend the home turf type of thing. So if we could get him to compete, that'd be super dope. But I'm gonna hear back from him later on or some shit. I'm gonna talk to him and Zach about some more
Shout out
stuff.
to Anakin. Shout out to Zach.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to have our best players. So that's why I'm trying to get. I need your help with that. We got to get Drum Effects to come out, man.
You big on drum effects. Drum's married, man. It's just hard. Drums
It's 3 months from now. I figure like.
Nah, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you about Atlanta. It don't work. Like it's hard. It was hard to get Drum to come out when he was an active player.
Yeah.
He's just one of those mysterious shadow. He plays a lot of poker.
Then how does he practice, or does he? How does he play? He did back in the day. How did he play?
He would just pop up at the Tekken House on the south side. He stays in College Park. He used to live in College Park. He would pop up at Mike's every now and then.
Yeah.
He would just be at tournaments. Like he would be in tournaments in Vegas because he's a big boxing fan. So he would book a flight to watch the fight, and then he'd go to the tournament out there too. He's just one of those people that's just very random and very like a recluse. But when he comes out, that motherfucker gets busy. So
That's
it's just
what I'm saying.
we've always had trouble with like getting players out. That's what I'm saying.
But
that's
if
always
we
been
could
an
just
issue.
if we could just get the invite, like if you got his number, or
Oh,
something,
get
like,
the
hit him
invite
up.
to him for sure.
Hit him up. Like link me up with him, man. That's all it takes. That's all I'm asking.
So
Just
I'm
a connection.
gonna give you the key. The connection is the key. This is what I tried to tell you. You get connected by the other players, Tekken players in this community by playing other games.
Yeah.
If you play Overwatch, that's all Anakin and fucking Karan and fucking they all play Overwatch. They play Overwatch. K-Gun is always playing Warzone. K-Gun, True 404,
What about
Drum Effects, Killer 6, they play Warzone.
Oh, Killer 6. I thought he played Hearthstone.
He plays
K-Gun
Hearthstone too.
K-Gun's still out
All right,
here.
if you're playing Counter Strike, hit me up.
Yeah.
So that
Hearthstone, that's where Jackie Tran, Yo Man, Killer 6. I used to play a little Hearthstone. Bang. That's where you network by playing other games. That's how you get the games. If I don't get a chance to play Tran, I'll play Hearthstone. I'll beat his ass in Hearthstone. He's gonna want to play me in Tekken because he's gonna be in Tekken. Exactly. That's how it works, man. That's the key. You play different games. Nobody just plays Tekken. We play Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, Puzzle Fighter. Puzzle. Huh?
We'd go crazy if we were all playing Tekken.
Exactly.
That's what I do. I'm about to go crazy.
You know what? I think that was part of your like where you just unlocked everything. You went to Marvel. You played
like
DBZ,
every
you
fighting
played
game I could think of. It was not Tekken.
And then you played other people and you learned about yourself. Like you playing Soul Blade, game from what, 1982?
It was about 72.
That shit is helping 72 when Mike was born. You're gonna learn a lot about that.
But
You'll
yeah,
learn a lot about
I'm trying to get Big Boy to come out.
Biggles.
I left a message. Me and Zach hit him
Shout
up
out
last
my
night.
dog Biggles. I love Biggles.
But yeah, we were trying to get a hold of Big Man too. So like,
Big Man.
if we could get Big Man, K Gun, and Drum Effects just come out just once. That's all I'm asking.
I
Just
can get
one
Big
time
Man to
thing.
come out. You were talking about schools of thought. Big Man is the shrine. Like whenever the game comes out or any game, and I need tech.
Yeah.
Fuck, I need a mix up. I need a tech. We all go to Big Man, and I'm like, Big Man, what do you got with
Yeah,
Bruce?
Big Man's another one, but I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, you seen him. He's a big black ATL goon dude. And he's always drinking. Got
Sims,
his hand on the side.
I gotta get Sims out here too.
Shit. Good luck with
Sims,
that.
oh.
Good luck with fucking Sims.
I
Sims.
He's been there before.
Yeah, he's just so.
Been there a couple times.
I feel like when Sims walks in through that door, the whole room is just, you can smell the cigarette. It's just so strong.
Listen, Sim, there are gonna be people in your class that this is gonna happen to. The pressure of Tekken and being a good player is gonna start to affect them, and they're gonna bury themselves in vices, or they're just not gonna want to play. Sim is one of those. Sim, at his peak when he's playing like Sim, he's a fucking animal.
0-2 asked, would Big Man have anything for Steve?
Hell yeah, Big Man's got something for every character. It's amazing. He's one of the best gamers in the fighting game players in our community. He plays every game, every fighting game very well. He has something for every occasion. If he doesn't have anything for Steve, 0-2, he'll have something that you should be doing with Steve or against Steve. It's just like he's just a phenomenal player. He's got a phenomenal mind, so we always go to him for that. So that's a good thing. But that Freaknik shit is shaping up.
But that's the one thing I need your help with, dog.
I got you.
You gotta have the link up.
I got
We
you.
just
I'll
get
do
the
what I
invite
can,
out,
man.
Or you just give me introducing some of these guys. Just
I'll
vouch for
get
me,
the
dog.
invite out. Yeah, for sure.
It's a free event. I got the prize pool for everybody and shit. So like,
This is free?
open. Yeah, it's a free event. I'm not trying to make money off this. I'm trying to do this for the community. I feel like this is an event we need to have. Got to get the OG players to come out. I'm gonna get guys from Watering State, like big time players to come down. Like everything I do, I try to do for like the sake of the community. Like I feel like y'all would appreciate this event.
I do.
I'm losing money doing this shit.
I appreciate everything you do.
I just
it's
need
an
help.
investment.
I just need help getting the guys.
Here.
Yeah.
That's the
I
tough
just need help
part.
getting the
legwork.
OG guys to just commit to one day. That's all I'm asking, just for come out for one day. I'm paying for everything.
Man, it's so hard, Greg. We've been trying to get. I hadn't seen Drum real rap even before the pandemic. I hadn't seen Drum in at least 2 years.
Shit, never
I talk to him, but I'll hear about him
Yeah.
through Gun and shit like that. That's kind of how our community works. We just put the feelers out there.
I mean, you ever see Gone in 60 Seconds?
I haven't seen it in a while.
You remember how they used to steal cars and shit together, and they
Yeah.
broke up. Years
It's just like
down the
that.
line, you just pick up the phone.
It's
If
just-
that's your boy, he's gonna come through for you.
It's just like that. That's how our community is. We've done so much stuff together that we just recognize like the fact that you guys went up to KIT and tore it up. You guys are gonna hold on to that, and when it's time to join forces, you guys are gonna join forces.
Yeah.
What was the name you guys had? That was a pretty cool name.
Two-man group.
Oh,
It was the
that
worst
was-
name I could have
That
picked.
shit was
We
tight,
were
though.
so tired and so hungry that, or I mean, at least I was.
Yeah.
We were so tired because we were driving the whole day.
That's a
And
big
then we
name.
stand in line, and then like, all right, if you get your teams together, you know,
gotta
stand
have
in
a
line or
name.
whatever. And then when we got to the front, they're like, okay, what's your team name? We didn't even
Ro
think
said
of-
he played
That's
Drum
perfect.
Effects at Chop's house not too long ago.
Oh, I want to say something. That was a great story, by the way. We got to revisit.
We were
that.
watching that shit down here too. Anytime like y'all would go out of town,
Exactly.
we were down here
You
rooting
watched
for y'all.
that? Yeah, I didn't watch it. I watched the bracket, and I'm like, oh shit, they're my boys. I wanted y'all to do good.
Yeah, we were watching on Station 8.
But Rel, of course, played Drum because I'm gonna lift Rel's skirt right now. Rel always tries to take credit of being one of you. Rel's been here since 2013 at least.
Rel's an OG though. He don't be acting like
Rel's not only an OG, Rel was trash. He moved in from Florida, and we took him in, and he learned from me, he learned from Mike, he learned from everybody. And then he came back around and he was good. He tried to assimilate himself amongst y'all, but he had been learning Tekken. He'd been playing Tekken in Florida. Tekken, sometimes it takes a while to click. There's nothing wrong with that. It took him a while to click, and when it clicked, he wanted to lump himself in with you guys because he hated us because he wasn't us. So that's what Rel does. Rel, I don't fall for that shit. Rel, I know who you really are, Jarrell. And if you run up on me, you're going to get fucked up.
Rel
So
was up here beating everybody's ass in MK way before he started doing Tekken over here.
Rel's an MK player. He was playing MK9.
Yeah. Because I remember he just came up here and played Tekken one night, and I was like, oh, you play Tekken? And he was like, yeah, but He was like, Tekken's actually my main game.
It's his main
MK
game.
is, I just been playing MK.
But he wasn't going to come up here like broadcasting like he was one of the better Tekken players because he couldn't. So he started getting his footing.
Yeah.
I love Rel though. Rel's one of my favorite people.
Bro, when I first met you, though,
players.
you were up here for
Rel.
MK.
I fuck with Rel.
Before you were doing Tekken up
Rel's
here.
so cool. He's funny. I like good people I like, but don't let that shit. Rel is not a 17er. Rel been around since 2012, 13. You know what I'm saying? So he's in the speed kicks class.
Yeah.
Rel's in the speed kicks.
Speed
Kith
kicks,
Mercer.
Shola, Kith Mercer.
No, Shola's. I can't do Shola.
Is Shola older than them?
Shola's before them.
Okay.
Shola's before them.
Oh, Shola found them though, right?
No, hell no.
I thought Shola found speed kicks.
Nah, he knew about them, but he didn't find them. DB Joseph found speed kicks. Because speed kicks used to play Street Fighter. So that, of course, DB Joseph would find them. But anyway, I'm not discrediting Shola. I'm just saying that the actual lore is real. Shola likes to take credit for that, and he should get some credit for it. But speed kicks been a beast. But speed kicks, Obscure, Kith Mercer, Rel. I'm missing one more person. Maybe a couple more. That was that class.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Walker.
Jeremiah Walker.
They were beasts. They turned out to be beasts. And then after that, we had the 17ers. But either way, I'm just happy to have Rel in this community, man. He's super dope, super funny, and he's a hell of a player. But he ain't no fucking young player. He old as hell. And he getting shot at Linux. So shout out to Rel. But we're gonna wrap it up. It's time. So Freaknik, he's got the trophy. It's a free event. It's gonna be an invitation. Y'all look out for that. Neato's definitely gonna be a part of it. I'm definitely gonna be a part of it. It's gonna be a cool event. Y'all got hella time to like make preparation for it.
It's Saturday, May 1st. So I mean,
it's on Saturday. Ooh, that's
if you're invited,
Saturday, May 1st, mark your calendars.
Yeah, mark your calendars. We're gonna stream it and everything. So I'll add more updates and stuff to the Smash ED page because the prize pool might go up. I have a match Reno obviously going for it too.
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool.
That's what I want to keep talking to Anakin because if we can do it, if he's willing to stream it. If Anakin does it, there's a million more eyes we can get on it. We could throw the Matcherino up there, and we probably get way more money donated to the pot. So I always look at it like aspect as like what can benefit the players most. So if that means like me not being able to stream it for the brand of 404 to get more money on another stream for the players, then I'll do that. Because ultimately, that's what it's all.
You have the best interest of the community in mind. That's all you need, and that's what we're gonna do. Then we got THT Team Turmoil tonight. You in it? You gonna do good?
Absolutely.
You're not in it tonight.
Yeah, you fight tonight.
Why are you tonight? We played 2 weeks ago.
We don't play the next 2 weeks. When you guys play, we don't play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They play tonight.
We beat y'all last too.
Yeah.
My team is
Ooh, we got some
playing,
shit talking.
My
Let's
team's
go.
playing K-Dash's team. What do you mean you beat? You weren't even playing in the game that you beat us. You
He's on the
said
team.
my team beat
He's
y'all
on the
last.
team. He's on the team.
I'm on the team,
You
dog.
got
I'm riding the
bench.
coattails,
Bro,
baby.
you played, man.
I'm riding the coat. Hey, I played. First of all, y'all got like 30 tier 1s.
Oh shit.
We have one tier 1.
What team was it that we had to play where it was Genghis-Khan, Boss Juice?
Genghis Khan's team.
Oh, okay. I thought that was your team. Oh, I didn't play against your team. I played against that team.
Your team played against my team, but you didn't. So you can't say
Yeah, we have. I'm the 5th person. I'm not actually.
No, you on the team,
Fifth,
cuz.
right?
No, I'm on the team, but I wasn't actually signed up for the
So
draft.
you need 3 people on the team and you're 5th? That's like, they gotta call like
We-
extra back and back a few.
Damn, he
Like,
ripping
all
you.
the way
Come
down
on,
the
man.
bench
You
line,
gotta.
walk all the
Come
way
on,
down.
man. You gotta get.
Hey, dog. I bring the juice to the team, dog.
Okay.
My team feeds off the energy, dog.
Yeah, he's
I
when
was
he says
talking that
juice-
shit. I was talking that shit, baby.
I heard the things that Alex
I was
said
like,
that he
fuck
was
Neato
yelling
the whole time when
I
Neato was
there
playing. And Neato
I
lost
could
that
not
match
even
too.
believe.
He lost
I
to
could not
EJ.
even
believe.
They try to underestimate EJ. They put EJ and Mike Love as tier 1s because they don't know them.
They
Like
didn't
that.
know. Now they gotta know.
And now, so our tier 1s, we got EJ, Kareem, and myself.
That's good.
We have 3 tier 1s. Then we have Golden Seth is tier 2 and Abstract is tier 1.
This is so good. It's teaching everybody how to root for each other, to be spirited, and not be. It's very good. It's
Those
very
two
good for
brothers,
competition.
those brothers are another like group of like the 2020ers or
EJ,
whatever.
yeah.
They have so much
EJ,
potential.
Mike Love, Wolf, and their sister. Have you ever
Their
seen their
sister's
sister?
good as fuck,
She's
too.
a beast.
Really?
Yes.
She's
good.
I'm very impressed.
They live in Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very proud of them, and they go hard. Now they're trying to create.
They'll probably be here
content.
tonight.
They'll definitely be here tonight. They always here on Saturday. I rock with them too. So there's a lot of promise, man. So I'm happy about the community. I'm just trying to get some things worked out, man. But I like that you can see what I see, and then I like that Mike and Ice are doing what they do. I'm just happy, bro.
This is cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get this guy
But
checked
anyway,
in.
I gotta go. I'll be back because I gotta commentate, but I gotta make some moves.
stream real quick.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
I'm gonna cut stream and then I gotta check some people in and then we'll go back live with
Thanks
the
for
regular
coming, man.
Saturdays. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
See, it wasn't that bad. I didn't want you to get into it too much. I just wanted to